Hello and good evening, race fans. Welcome to the hallowed grounds of the Talladega Superspeedway. A very special night here on 3Wide TV as we begin another chapter in the long and storied history of the OSCA Racing League. Season number 11 begins tonight. New drivers, new teams, new races, and even a brand new car are just some of the exciting changes in store for this season, which we will get into more detail later. I'm Camera Rich with James Watson in the booth, and Carlos Acosta, our wonderful producer, manning the cameras as always. James, thank you for joining me on such short notice tonight. How are we feeling?
Oh, we're feeling good. I mean, it's Talladega. What's left to be said? Talladega never fails to put on some sort of show, whether it's a good show, whether it's a bad show, whether it's a word show in it that starts with an S that I can't say right now. All we know is it's going to be a show of some sort.
We will have a show tonight, and I do agree with that second one you said that we can't say here tonight, but we are about 5 minutes away from the conclusion of qualifying here. Noah Brown currently your quickest driver. That will be something that probably will change by the end of the session. Of course, drafting qualifying, always a bit of a mess, always a bit of a lottery, and lap times do change each and every lap, but let's just get into some of the changes that we have on the season so far. You will notice that we have a different vehicle. Last season, we ran the trucks on the service, and this season we are in the 2021 spec Gen 6 cars, which, James, if you remember back watching these races in 2021, these plate races specifically, this car, I think this was one of the goated plate packages. It really just produced some epic racing. It actually was considered dangerous by modern day standards, but it sure did put on a heck of a show, and I'm really excited to see what we can get tonight.
Yeah, I mean, what always stood out was the fact that you would get some crazy runs with this package, and I'm not talking about the runs that Carlos just got through dealing with.
Okay,
I'm talking about
all right,
runs
that was
from
private.
I'm sorry, Carlos. I couldn't resist. It was too easy. It was too much of an opportunity to pass up. But anyways, yeah, the runs you would get are absolutely massive. You know, coming from all the way outside of the top 10, and with Talladega being so wide, going 3, maybe even 4 wide, it's just going to be the most unpredictable form of the most unpredictable form of racing there is.
Absolutely, and it is really a one of the hallmarks of OSCA here that we have the invert, which already provides unpredictable racing. So I think we're going to see a show here tonight. We're about 3 minutes away from the conclusion of qualifying. Going through some of our onboards here, we saw Daniel Gore, we saw Aaron Evans, we saw Ray Bracey, and here's Ty McIntosh, my former partner up here in the booth. He has decided to drive this. He's going to be full-time this season, which I don't blame him one bit. It is very fun to do that. I did mine a couple seasons ago, got the championship, and I was pretty much done after that. I got what I wanted, and I much rather watch these races from up here in the booth, much less stressful to, you know, kind of see what the drivers are kind of doing from up here than having to do it down there. So there's Kynan Jones. We have an onboard with them tonight, and currently Kynan Jones, I believe, is looking like P23. So qualifying here at a restrictor plate track like Talladega, not super important. We do have longer races this season. This first half is going to be 58. I believe it is 58 for both. So 116 total laps here of Talladega tonight. These drivers are going to be very, very burned out by it probably after that much Talladega. I know I would be, but yeah, I mean, I think you've probably raced this a little bit more recently than I have, James. What are these drivers kind of looking for right now?
Chaos, calamity,
Yeah.
Unpredictable, fear, and pit strategy.
Pit strategy, yeah. That's probably a pretty big one. I'm glad you brought that up. With these longer races, I do believe we have a little bit of a larger fuel tank than before, so I'll double check on that. But we should get, I think it's around 25 laps is what I was hearing previously. Let me see if I can verify that. but I think it was something around there. But either way, that should be in the realm of about, what, 3 stops, I believe, or 2 to 3 stops. So obviously cautions and such is going to change how we get to that and how that plays out for the drivers. But currently, Noah Brown is still the fastest car on track. He's got about 2/10 on the rest of the field so far. I'm surprised nobody has beaten that, but restrictor plate qualifying in iRacing is really weird. You can't really bump draft or do anything like that. It will disqualify your lap. So all these drivers kind of running around in a pack and trying to do what they can do here, and just kind of finishing up here. We only have about 30 seconds left, so maybe, it is not that important. Maybe these drivers just kind of figuring out, like, hey, let's kind of chill and focus on the 58 laps we have at hand that actually pays the money. So we have a couple things that we'll get into during the race. Some new teams, some new drivers. Definitely going to be an exciting one here.
Yes, sir. Can't wait, as it looks like it might be Noah Brown getting that pole. Qualifying just ended. Always flipping Noah Brown.
Absolutely. So Noah Brown, I believe he was one of our winners last season on not sure where, but we'll get to the field here. I'll get that up to you. Noah Brown on the pole, followed by David Westergreen. P3 is Dave Carpenter, and then it's Tristan Millette rolling off in the 4th spot. Caden Tufts and Ryan Barbieri is in row number 3. 5th and 6th positions right there. Ty McIntosh, he'll be rolling off in P7. Dustin Dewar, the Dragon, he rolls off in position number 8. Position 9 is Patrick Hahey, and then Adam Peeler rounds out your top 10. Go ahead and take it away, James.
Alrighty, and in 11th, we got Narducci in the 34, and Dylan Gooden making his return in the 75. Ray Bracey in the 7, and Dallas Myhan in the 78 on row 7. Row 8 features Darren Staff in the 45, and Ziegel in the 5. Aaron Evans in the 48, and Daniel Gore in the 69 on row 9. Rounding out the top 20 is Santiago Aguirre and Zach Evans in the 6. Neil Rett in the 66, and Thomas Capuano on row 11. Jones in the 85, and Hall in the 55. Dave Huckleberry in the 52, starting 25th, and I believe is that Dylan Thomas in the 03?
That is.
Okay. Adam Tepe starting 27th, and Blanchard starting 28th. Dakota Pignataro is starting 29th, and Go Amera rounding out the top 30. Jordan Tarbo starting 31st, and Tim Conrad starting 32nd. James Miller 33rd, DJ Weeks 34th. And that's your starting grid for tonight's half one.
A nice little field, 34 cars. Talladega has quite plenty enough to provide plenty of action and chaos here tonight. So definitely going to be looking for that. And yeah, another thing we'll be looking at is the teams. We do have some new ones, some changed ones from last season. We'll get to that later on, but we will see that it will play out naturally in the race. You'll kind of see how the lines will form. They'll form with teammates and such, as is so often at these restrictor plate tracks. So definitely look for Redux Racing. Pole sitter Noah Brown is part of that team. His nearest teammate is actually back in 18th. So a little bit of time and space that he has to make up to get back to his teammate. That's Daniel Gore in the 69 back in 18th. But the Redux cars do typically work very well at these super speedway type tracks, and they will find each other very quickly. And if they can get all of their drivers lined up, that's 4 of them. It's going to be very, very hard for everyone else.
Except for that one time at Daytona last season. Uh, they didn't quite work well at that particular time, but outside of that, I agree 100%. The teamwork between those four is always top tier.
Yeah, Daytona. I will say I quite enjoyed how that turned out because my team did end up winning both races at Daytona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet.
But that's all right. We do have a green flag here coming here pretty shortly. Noah Brown is the control car. So once the green flag comes out, there we go. We are racing here at Talladega. So they're going to be 2x2 for what probably the entire first lap here. It's these restrictor blade engines are restricted down to 550 horsepower, and it takes about a lap to get them wound up. Looks like that top line, David Westergreen, getting a push from Tristan Millette behind there, is going pretty good right now, and I believe that is Caden Tufts. No, that's Ryan Barbieri in the 15 in that white machine. Those three cars are hooked up pretty well on that outside line, so it looks like they're the strong line right now.
Yeah, you talked about how hard it is to get these cars wound up. You know, there's a lot less power in this version of the Gen 6, and plus you got the, in the words of the eternal Dale Earnhardt Jr., got them giant-ass spoilers on the back of this car. So because of that, there's a lot of speed being sapped from these cars, but when they get up to speed, boy, do they get up to speed.
Absolutely, and the last time we saw Tristan Millette on the track, we did see him win one of these restrictor plate races. I believe he won at Daytona a couple seasons ago. That black, orange, and yellow 29 machine. So he is kind of looking right where he left off a couple seasons ago, right up in the lead. So we saw that 29 car was very fast on these restrictor plate tracks, and he's getting a push from behind from that number 65. So maybe this might be RKM versus Redux race. We'll have to see, but definitely. I think, yeah, that strong outside line looks like they've broken up just a little bit, and we might be actually looking at 3 wide here. That 15 of Barbieri made a 3 wide move on David Westergreen, and Westergreen's in the middle.
Yeah, you know D-West isn't happy. But at least he's going to have some help with, thanks to a former teammate Dylan Gooden right there behind him.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world when you get immediately picked up by kind of a former teammate or a quasi-teammate there. So I think D-West probably fine. He knows how these things work. He's pretty good at these restrictor plate tracks, and it's a long race. We're on lap number 3, so we have 55 of these to go. And I mean, a lot of these drivers looks like they might be riding right now. We're looking at some of the Binks Designs cars here in the back. Zach Evans and Neil Rutt kind of running. They don't look like they're running with any particular haste, just kind of, you know, a lot of space in between the cars, you know, at the back of the pack here. I think these guys are probably just riding a little bit.
Yeah, and that's something we're not exactly used to in an OSCA race because of the races over the course of OSCA have been a lot shorter. You kind of can't ride. You got to make hay when the sun shines, otherwise you're just not going to have enough time to do anything. But now, with these longer halves, you're going to have more time to just kind of take a breath, kind of get a strategy going, and just, you know, ride out and turn laps.
Yeah, and we saw the 15 of Ryan Barbieri. He was running about 3rd, 4th position about a lap and a half ago. He decided to get down to the apron and shoot himself to the back of the pack. Probably just decided he wanted to do what you said there, James, just ride in the back here. So that probably will be the name of the game here for at least, I'd say, probably about 20 laps. Usually before these about 50, 60 lap races start to get very, very, amped up a little bit, because that's when we'll have a pit stop under our belt then, and then we should be all set. But at front here, we got Ray Bracey. Bojo, he has gotten to the front, and he's got Ty McIntosh with him. Ty McIntosh, we know he's an aggressive racer, especially on these restricted plate tracks. He will push, and he will take all the pushes he can get. So that's a pretty formidable duo up there at the front of the pack. David Westergreen and then Dylan Gooden, like you said, that is a little bit of a that is the Southern Speedco cars right there. So I guess we'll take an opportunity to bring up Southern Speedco. That is the former South Shore Racing team. South Shore no longer a team in its own entity. It is now Southern Speedco. D West, Ty McIntosh are all part of that team, and Ray Bracey. So basically, what used to be South Shore is now Southern Speedco. But yep, we're seeing them do pretty well here at the front of the field, and doing exactly what they need to do.
Yeah, Dave stepping down from ownership of the the South Shore OSCA program, and Ty McIntosh taking ownership of it and rebranding the team to Southern Speedco. And so far, they are working fantastic together. 3 of the cars up here leading that inside lane, and somehow Dylan couldn't. I don't know if he got shuffled out or decided to take the run, but he's now leading that outside lane. A couple cars behind the Southern Speed cars that he was working with.
Yeah, but it's single file for the first 5 cars on the bottom here. It's from Ray Bracey back to Noah Brown, and then our first side-by-side is with Dylan Gooden and Dave Carpenter. Looks like actually Noah Brown decides to take that move to the outside line. He's going to see if he can get somewhere and make a move. One of the fun facts about this 2021 Cup car.
Oh, no, you're right. That is Noah.
One of the fun facts about this 2021 Cup car is with that giant spoiler in the back, these runs are massive. I think you already brought that up a little bit, James, but you can really just kind of park your car in front of another line and go from about 10th place to the lead in maybe a corner and a half or so if you get the run big enough. So if that outside line looks like they're gaining a little bit of momentum here. We're on board with Dylan Gooden here on the 75. He's right behind that 65 of Noah Brown. So they're inching up there. It's not flying up there like we would typically see a little bit there, but actually working the side draft a little bit. If you can put your left front corner down on that right rear of another car, it will just kind of launch you forward. So we're seeing Noah Brown. He actually might be taking the lead here with that outside push, but it's going to be hard to do something with those Southern Speedco cars on the inside.
Yeah, they all work really well together, those Southern Speed cars. It's going to be a bit difficult for Noah since he doesn't have a teammate behind him, so he's not going to quite have the same familiarity behind him as the 3 team cars he's got on the inside. As that third line's starting to get wound up, they're starting to inch ever closer to the front of this field.
Oh, as you say that, the 38 of Ryan Blanchard, he actually got in the wall a little bit, and that car behind him.
Oh, there's contact! Oh, contact with McIntosh and Bracey! How in the world was that not a wreck? A fantastic save from Bojo hanging on to that 7 car. I thought that was going to be utter disaster.
Yeah, that would have been huge. Those are the cars that were actually at the very front of the pack. So I didn't quite see it. I think the 38 was he was all out of shape too. We'll get a replay up here and see what happened here. That was big contact.
It wasn't. Yeah, and it wasn't McIntosh. It looked like Ray tried to go up and block the run on the outside lane. Was a bit too late. No, he was already up there and just got a
bad push.
Serious push from Brown. Yeah.
And very lucky. That would have been a team and a field ender right there. That would have been huge for everyone involved. So
good
that would have been
on everybody's start. We do have a block.
Yeah.
See what happened. I'm not seeing anybody out of sorts right now, but let me go back. Somebody was on the inside. It's the 38 of Ryan Blanchard. Something happened to him. So Ryan, he was all sorts of out of shape. About a lap and a half or so before those Southern Speedco cars got into it. So we'll have to see what happened to him. He was definitely struggling to some extent here. We're going through turn number 2 right now. And he just spins out. I think he gets plunked in the rear from someone or some. I think the 01. Who is that behind him? Ryan Narducci. He's supposed to be in the 34, but he's shown as the 01. So
got a racing deal. It looks like from Race Control.
How in the world was that only one car? Like, he got spun through the field, and there was perfectly enough space for him to just spin in between cars and not get killed. That is a huge lucky break for the 38.
Yeah,
And
everybody else
many
involved
other
for you.
cars. Yeah, that is wild.
So I think that was just, we'll have to see. We're looking from the rear end of Blanchard's car here. He just I mean, there's contact for sure. It's just that, I don't know, that 38, he was a little bit wiggly before that. So it's something he just wasn't comfortable or something like that. But, yeah, but we got pit stops here. We are 11 laps into the race, so we're about halfway-ish through our first fuel run. So these guys are going to very much enjoy the opportunity to get some fuel. Probably no tires. You see there, I believe a couple have already come out of the pits without them. And Ty McIntosh, he's going to lead him off. So, I mean, you go from seeing your team just about get eliminated to now you have to reset here and do it all over again, James. I mean, I've been in that position many times. Maybe not almost seeing my whole team get eliminated, but you know, something big happens, you get some contact, something just gets you out of your groove a little bit, and you have a caution, you have to reset. It can be a good and a bad thing. Just when you have some time to think about it and all that, I know sometimes I would think about it and it would make me more mad and it would get me unfocused from the race at hand. So, the break is nice, but sometimes thinking about it's not nice either. But why don't we see if we can get a word with one of them? We will get a word with, how about Bojo? I think he was kind of at the center of what happened there. We'll see if we can drag him up and ask him what happened. Dragging someone in Discord's a little bit goofy now.
Oh, it sure is.
You can just right-click on their name and move to...
Oh, yeah, that does work.
Here?
Hello?
He's here.
Wait, so yeah. Camera Rich up in the booth, you got a copy?
Copy.
Yeah, well, I just want to have a little interview with you here. Had a moment there out of turn number 4. It looks like your whole team almost got eliminated there. What happened?
Yeah, time was getting hot, and I saw Noah coming, so I didn't throw like a crazy hard block, but I just went up, I'll get in this lane now. Noah went in. I don't think he meant to push me as hard as he did, but yeah, that got me wiggly. Got me a 4X. Fortunately, I saved it, and everybody kind of avoided me. So yeah, that was a code brown moment for sure. Definitely did not enjoy that, but car's fine. Wasn't that much damage. I'm ready to go back to the. Oh wait, it's only. That's what yeah, we're ready to finish this race strong. So we got Ty and David up front. Got some teammates around us somewhere. Good to go.
Good news is you got 45 of those laps to go. These longer races are noticeably longer. So
I know.
I saw a lot
really
of
love that.
I saw a lot of drivers out there saving. What's your team strategy? You trying to save? You trying to go out there and lead all the laps, or maybe something in the middle there?
Well, at first I was gonna save, but then I got to the lead. I was like, well, we'll just plow through it, see what happens, because obviously I wasn't saving up front. But we also we had a high probability a caution would come out, so we just figured, hey, we'll just wait for that. And then, yeah, one came out. I don't know if it was related to the incident I had, but I think we're just gonna run it, especially now. I think no, the pit window's still a little weird on this one, but yeah, actually I don't know. We'll try to save, but it probably won't be enough.
Yeah, it's always fun to watch the fuel strategy here. How it always gets messed up, but definitely good luck to you rest of your race. Sorry, go ahead.
Let's wrap it up.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I just listen to David. He just tells me what to do, and I just go fast. That's my strategy. So.
Oh, there you go. Let somebody else do the hard work. I like doing that myself. Like, I have a teammate who has all the apps and stuff, so I get it. But we'll get you back to your team channel. We'll let you get back on the comms, and good luck the rest of the race.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was definitely Ray definitely needs to change the litter box after that one. So, heard him mention the code brown.
Now we got another restart here. Well, really for the first restart of the race that we had the initial start, and this will be our first caution. It's going to be Ty McIntosh on the outside line. Great restart for him. He's actually almost a little bit too far ahead out there, about 2-3 car lengths. He's going to slot right down in front of that number 9, his teammate David Westergreen. That probably was planned a little bit like that. So we could see some teammate action here. That 29, Tristan Millette, he has really no help on the outside lane. It's the 87 of Patrick Hay. He's going to pick him up, but he's going to lose about 3, maybe 4 spots in that exchange. And the number 78 of Dallas Myhan, one of the RKM cars, that's his teammate. He's going to go ahead and move in front of him. We'll see if they can get something going.
Yeah, you saw that little bit of okie dokie there with the Southern Speed cars, able to drop down and get back in line almost immediately there.
Still Noah Brown, the sole Redux car in the top 10 right now. The first one back is Daniel Gore in the 69. He's in the 14th spot, so taking a little bit of time for him to get up to his teammates, but I'm sure by the end of this race it will happen. That is your 2-time champion of the OSCA Racing League, by the way, Daniel Gore. So he is your 2-time and defending champion. So I wouldn't see any reason to bet against him for maybe three-peating this year, but definitely a lot more races to go. And a lot of racing to go to see what we're actually going to go with that. But actually, as we're talking about the Southern Speedco cars, it's the RKM Motorsports cars that get out to the lead right now. Dallas Myhan with the big push from Tristan Millette on the inside line. Move those two up to the lead.
Happy Carlos Acosta noises in the background.
As we're saying that, the Southern Speedco cars, they're deciding they don't want to keep that status quo too long, and it's David Westergreen with the big push from Ty McIntosh on the outside line. I would have to think, James, this is probably going to be a theme of this race. It's these Southern Speedco cars with the big pushes and the locked-on bumpers, probably against RKM so far. We're waiting for Redux to get up into the fray and maybe another team to see if they want to come up here and play. But so far, it's been all Southern Speedco. There's the 09 of James Miller. He's part of TMR. One of his teammates was actually the cause of the last caution, the 38 of Brian Blanchard. So we'll see if he can get hooked up with someone else. But currently, it's the 87 of Patrick Hahey giving him the push from behind. And I believe that 87 of that's a Do Good Motorsports car. So not sure where his teammates are, but it's probably just those two for now. On the outside line, the 78 of Dallas Myhan with that push from the 09 of Miller. And they're trying to see if they can get that middle to high lane working. It's not been the fastest line this race. It was pretty quick for the first four or so laps of the race, but since then it looks like the inside line has been just a little bit quicker, just the way the race has played out. But on the very, very outside line, we have the 32 of Dustin Dewar. He's trying to make something work with a push from the 99 of Gilberto Javier Gomera. So it's that really, as a driver, that outside line is so fun to run when you can get like the big pushes and get it right, but it's so hard to get it working because you do have to have more cars than you on the inside line. So hard to get that moving.
And it's also terrifying because you run a massive risk of running that outside lane, because if you're in the inside and something happens, you have an escape route. You know, you have an opportunity to throw the car somewhere to get out of the firing line. If you're up in the outside, you can't go anywhere. There's no escape route. So if something happens in front of you, the likelihood of you getting involved in it is very, very high. So it works. It's a fantastic way to pass cars when it's working and you have that energy built up. But if you don't, then it's a big risk that might end your race.
Also, guys,
we had some argue there.
Oh, we missed this at one point, but Tim Conrad did get a meatball flag, and which he has cleared. He also got a black flag by going down pit road. I'm gonna try to see if I can find out what happened to Tim Conrad, but he is in pit road multiple laps down at this point. Actually, it looks like he has already stepped out of the car.
Oh,
interesting. Yeah, I didn't see anything that happened to him. I rewound and he was in the wall, but it wasn't like a hard contact. I wonder. I'll have to go back and look at that. He was chilling at the back of the pack, and then it looks like he just kind of touched the wall a little bit. He did crash on the entry to pit lane. Is that where he got the meatball? I'm not sure.
He got the meatball.
I imagine so.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, either way, back to this race. It's Noah Brown and James Miller on the outside. They're leading that outside line with Patrick Hahey. Patrick Hahey has been up the stairs for the majority of this race. He's trying to get that outside lane working. So Noah Brown and James Miller, we know they have had history, a little bit of run-ins from the last season, but obviously probably not thinking about that right now. It is a new season and a new race, so they're probably both thinking, how can they both get to the front and beat these Southern Speedco cars that are leading? David Westergreen and Ty McIntosh. They've been pretty flawless all race with how they've handled it, and it's going to be very tough to see if anyone can do anything about that. And really, so far, nobody has been able to mount a consistent challenge just yet. There's Daniel Gore on the screen. We were talking about him. He's had some teammates up here, Noah Brown, and then Santiago Aguirre. He is up there, up into the 9th spot, so he's making his way forward. I think if those Redux cars can get lined up, they probably will be a formidable force, but it's just a matter of actually getting it done and finding the time to do so. So we're on board with, I believe this is Dave Carpenter. Yep. He's currently behind that number 87 of Patrick Hahey. Trying to make something work on the outside lane himself. Patrick Hahey, he's actually fallen, or got to that 3rd lane. They were actually in the wall a little bit. They were up to the top 5, but they've fallen back to about 18th, 19th, 20th position right now. So just shows you how fast these lanes move at Talladega.
Yeah, just the slightest little thing can kill the energy in the line and just have it fall apart. And it's especially bad when you're trying to get that 3rd lane going. You know, it's hard to, we touched on it earlier, it's hard to get that momentum and that energy built up running that extreme high line and just having to race more surface area. So if you lose momentum for anything, you're going to start slowing up, and then guys are going to get antsy and be like, this lane's starting to go bad, I gotta drop down, get out of here, and it just keeps going further and further.
And speaking of that, we have a new leader up at the front, 65 of Noah Brown. He's been able to jump the 2 Southern Speedco cars, at least for the time being, so move him up to position number 1. His teammate Santiago Aguirre, just a few cars behind, he was given that push to the 09 of James Miller for that 6th position, but he has decided to jump down to the inside lane, that same lane that his teammate is in. And don't look now, right in front of Santiago is that number 7 of Ray Baracey. That's the 3rd Southern Speedco car from back when we saw them almost all get eliminated, but going to be bad news if he gets behind them, because that's going to be 3 cars that are probably not going to be too keen on breaking apart from each other. So that just makes it that much tougher for another team to mount a challenge against them right now. But so far, it is Noah Brown up at the front. He has been able to jump them, if only for temporarily. So we'll have to see if he can get some teammates up there to bolster him and protect him from that run that's inevitably going to be coming from behind. But for now, they look pretty content just kind of riding behind him.
Yeah, honestly, if I was them, as well as this is working, if that middle lane starts to get a little closer and get a little more energy going, I would try to have 1 or 2 of the Southern Speed cars jump in front and lead that middle line, and that allows you to take an even bigger stranglehold on this race, because now you have 2 lines being controlled by the same team, and it's going to make things that much harder for anyone outside of the team to try to get around them. So obviously it's not going to quite work now, because we're still going to have pit stops, at least 1 more stop coming, but towards the end of the race, if they're still in this position, I would heavily consider doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And a couple new players up here at the front Ryan Narducci and Eric Ziegel. That's the 01 and the 5 car. Those are two of the Bobby Hammer Motorsports new team to OSCA. And that also includes a couple other drivers, Ryan Lutz and Ryan Barbieri, the 15. He's part of that team as well. So a lot of modified drivers in that group right there. And, ooh, we have some trouble. The 15, who I was just talking about, I believe, he's sideways.
No!
I think I just commentators cursed Mr. Barbieri. I'm so sorry, but I don't think there was a lot of hard contact there. I think there was just a lot of cars kind of melded into each other essentially, and that 15 just kind of got kicked sideways. But well, I check on the replay. It was a very odd-looking crash. 69 Daniel Gore might have been involved a little bit there, but. Yeah, the 15, there's the 71. Daniel Gore definitely was involved. Not a lot of hard contact, I don't think, James. I think everybody should be relatively okay here.
So I actually forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot that Dennis Myhan changed numbers during the off season, and I was like, oh man, he got involved. But I was looking at it, I was like, no, he's not. Oh man.
Maybe that was all it took, Carlos, was for the number change. Because last year, I mean, he did get involved in literally everything. And I think he did. This is probably one of the first crashes he has missed since last season. Because he wasn't anywhere near it.
Not lucky here.
Yeah, there's Daniel Gore there, Caden Tufts, Dave Carpenter. Really, I think the hardest hit might be Daniel Gore there, just into the outside wall, but it wasn't. It was a pretty flat side hit, so I don't even think that car is going to be too damaged. Maybe, if anything, it'll be no more than a minute of repairs, I don't think. See a little bit of crinkling there in the hood, but yeah, just nowhere to go for him. He had the wreck missed, and you just get hit in the rear, in the right rear, and there's nothing you can do there. Just as a driver, there's nothing you can do. It's going to pitch you sideways. It's going to spin you around, and you're kind of along for the ride.
And there's nothing more frustrating, you think you haven't missed, you're like, okay, I might get through it, and then something that you have absolutely no way to see or predict just throws you into the middle of it, and you're like, come on, I thought I did a good job. It's like, what is that? So, yeah. We'll
I've
see
been there many times myself.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see about the damage. It sure did, Carlos. But we'll see how the damage plays out, because these cars are sheet metal bodies, so they're a bit more sensitive than the next gen or the Xfinity car that have the composite bodies that can take a little bit more of a beating. So might be difficult for Daniel to get all that damage fixed and still keep that 69 car as fast as it was.
So
yeah, and I'm looking at him now.
15 did get the EOL. He got the cause of fault.
Gotcha. I'm looking at the 69 here on pit road, and that right rear looks a little bit worse than I thought originally. The right rear is a little bit caved in and drooping on that car. It kind of looks like he's got a bit of a droopy butt, but
you got a lumpy butt.
Yeah, they should be able to fix all of that. It's probably a little bit more than I originally thought. The field's coming through. I lost my lineup here. It's coming out of turn number 4 right now, so he's gonna have to get going here before too long. He's probably got about 10 more seconds before he's got to gas it up and go before he gets to the lap. So I think we probably will be getting the one to go here once Noah hits the line.
Was Darren's staff involved in that wreck?
Darren, I think he might have been.
Took a tow, but I don't remember seeing him getting involved. Let's take a look at that.
He actually wasn't.
Not sure why, but he took a tow, and he's about to be 3 laps down.
See, on my screen, he blinked out. So something happened to him. Maybe PC or hardware related or something like that, I think. Because he was kind of just going and then he blinked out. So I don't know, one of those things, I guess. We are one to go though, so let's reset the field here a little bit. Noah Brown is your leader. It's a David Westergreen and Ty McIntosh, second and third. Those two Southern Speedco cars have been stout all race. They have been the ones to beat so far. It's Tristan Millette in P4, the Arcade Motorsports car. He's been up there as well, right there behind the Southern Speedco car. So if he can get some teammate help, looking for him to be strong. Ray Bracey, he is P5, so one position away from the rest of his teammates. That'll be a dangerous one if it happens. Santiago Aguirre, he was going to have some teammate help with Daniel Gore, but Daniel Gore was involved in that last caution, so he's up in P6. Dallas Myhand, one of the RK Motorsports cars, is P7. Aaron Evans, Dylan Good, and Gilberto Javier Gomera of 3 different teams right there rounds out your top 10. So it's definitely Southern Speedco and RK Motorsports right now with the most help there at the front of the field, but we're coming to lap 30 here, so we still got about 28 laps to go. Yeah, very nice. I got to give credit to Gilly there for the coordination. I like it. Very important. All right.
Down to the Darren staff paying some restart, so.
Ace truck is off. Quite a long way before we get to the line here for the restart, but it is in the hands of Noah Brown, who, well, that number 9 of David Westergreen, he does have a bit of a lead right now, but Noah's going to come back to get it, and he's going to gas up and go right here. Green flag is out once again for the Talladega 300, and we are green. That's number 9 and the 8 of the Southern Speedco cars. They do get lined up once again. We've seen them planning that every single restart, and they go once again doing it. Santiago Aguirre behind that number 29 of Tristan Millette trying to get something going, but up here at the front, they're pretty spread apart right now, but you know, do see that quite a bit on the restarts, and I think we are going to see something. Who's that on the bottom? That is the number 7, Ray Bracey. Something's happening to him.
Oh, no.
I think he is he under power right now?
He had a really hard leak there on the backstretch, and I guess out of precaution decided to pull out. Unfortunately, pulled out a little too hard, a little too early, and he has lost the draft.
Ray, no.
Ray will need to practice his pull-out game.
I was thinking kind of the same thing myself, but yeah, he's. So the bad thing about Bojo right now, so with these what Dale Jr. would say big ass spoilers, you go about 179 by yourself, and they're going about 200, and they're going about 200 in the draft up here. So 200, 201, 202 for the really fast cars. So he's going to be losing a lot of time while he's out of that draft. So, he's going to need a caution here, and hopefully something goes right for him. But up here at the front, it's still Noah Brown. He's done a great job defending from those Southern Speedco cars behind him. Now -1 with Ray Bracey having some issues and being second behind the pack. It's just the 9 and the 8 right now. And Noah does have a teammate behind. It's the number 88 of Aguirre. He's actually on the outside right now trying to make something work with that number 48 of Aaron Evans. Those two teammates outside of OSCA in the endurance stuff. So look for those two to work together. But outside line, you know, James, we've seen it all race. You need more cars on the outside than you need on the inside, and it just isn't working for them right now. That inside line is too strong.
Yeah, and that, like I said earlier, you see that a lot. It's just so much easier to build speed on that inside line because you're going a significantly shorter distance around the track, where, you know, Talladega is already big enough as it is, and add more surface area you need to deal with running the top. So you need to have a big line of cars to be able to build up all that energy and just push through all the drag and the lower amount of horsepower in this specific package of Cup car.
I want to highlight someone we haven't really talked about all race, or really a team we haven't talked about all race since the very beginning. Number 6 of Zach Evans there. He's currently in P7 on the inside line. The IROC looking machine. He's right behind his teammate of Adam Peeler. Those two Binks Designs cars, they've been running in the back. They were kind of hanging back at the beginning, just trying to save. And you can see 2 more behind, the number 66 of Neil Rudd and the 96 of Adam Tepe. They're all kind of right there. So we've been talking about Southern Speed Co. being the team to beat. Maybe Binks wants to come up here and do something right there. But I think of that, Carlos, that picture. But yeah, we haven't, maybe, you know, they just haven't shown their speed yet because they were hanging back. But I think they're showing now that I think now's the time to go.
Absolutely. You know, we're only going to have one more pit stop here. Maybe. So I try to get to the front and just set yourself up as best as you can. You know, be ahead of all the rabble when you're bringing it down pit roads, so you're not having to dodge 15,000 cars while trying to slow up from almost 200 miles an hour to 65, 70, whatever pace speed is around here.
I want to highlight one more car here who I've been watching for a lot of this race. I want to highlight that number 32 of Dustin Dewar on your screen. He's about mid-center right now, the yellow machine on the very outside line. He has been on the outside all race. No matter who's up there, he has been pushing them or being pushed. I don't think he's been on the inside line for more than about 2 laps. So just want to give a shout out to old Dragon Dusty up there trying to make that outside line work. Give it a push to my car right now, James Miller in the 09. Who's actually giving a push through the number 99 of Gilly, Gilberto Javier Gomera. So be cool to see that lineup there make something work. Gilly, he was one of the drivers last season who had some really good runs and, you know, really kind of found his footing a little bit. So I want to see him continue that momentum and get some work. On board with Dustin here. He's actually, well, as I was saying, he's still on the outside, but he's fallen away from that pack a little bit. He's not really pushing anymore. He's kind of more being pulled and or losing the draft. Something, he lost all that speed out of turn number 2, and that outside line that we were talking about just kind of deteriorated a little bit. It's still Dustin, or it's still the number 09 of Miller, the 99 of Gilly, and I think that's the 87 of Hayhey up there trying to make something work, but it's just they don't have enough help. So really I would say that probably these 2 top lines maybe need to find a way to like merge together and maybe fight with that. But you know, up here in the booth.
Oh, they're wrecking! Oh, there's the big
go.
one! Oh, we're still wrecking! They're wrecking ahead. I saw Dylan Gooden in the wall. There's Gilly. Oh man.
Miller was involved. I think Daff is involved.
See one of the Binks cars right there, got that IROC kind of tribute car that the whole team was going for, and unfortunately they were going for IROC, and now it turned to IREC. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Thank you.
Not joking, that was a good one. I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not. Another wreck that was kind of caused around the cars we were talking about, so not feeling too hot about this commentator's curse thing tonight, but we'll see what happened on the replay.
You get used to it.
It looks like it kind of started there with Miller and Gilly, I think, got into each other.
Yeah, I think they got offset as Miller was going to give the push, and he got the corner of Gilly's car and just completely unsettled, and you know, it's so hard to save it when the rear kind of gets knocked out from under you like that. You know, typical restrictor plate track things, just nowhere for people to go. Like you're just guessing at this point.
Yeah, on board here with who was this?
Darren Staff.
Is it? Darren Staff. Fantastic job to avoid that.
And Darren has a tendency to he's got good camera angles around the action a lot of the time. He somehow finds a way to do that. It's been an OSCA tradition almost. So, but it was a good avoidance, and I definitely think that was definitely just some bad contact, some offset pushing. nothing really. James, not like he was trying to turn the 99. I think there was just the cars moving, and sometimes the pushes get bad. So definitely a shame, but either way, I think everybody is going to be able to continue without race-ending damage. So hopefully, on board here with Miller, you can just see a lot of soft but hard contact there, and I see some black smoke, but I'm not sure.
Soft but hard contact.
Well, when cars run into each other like at a low relative speed, but they're going like 180, it's soft but hard, I guess. I don't know. That's how it works.
We'll have to take your word for it.
Racing Deal, the official designation from Race Official.
Yeah, I'm not too perturbed by that call. I think that's just one of those bad pushes. They could have gone on the 09. It could have gone on the 99. I think either way, but
yeah. That's just play track racing.
Denny Hamlin now in the booth.
I just commentated your favorite driver.
And I think one of Carlos's favorite drivers, he has found his way to the lead. Actually, two of them probably. An RKM 1-2, Dallas Mayan and Tristan Millette. They did not come down pit road during this last set of pit cycles. And they are now 1-2. So
No, they did.
always good to... Oh, did they? Did they just take...
They
probably
took
just took
fuel only. Top 3 drivers took
Gotcha.
fuel only. David Westergreen in 4th had a 10-second pit stop, so I'm assuming right sides. Same thing with Ty McIntosh. Zach Evans in 6th, and the number 6 machine, I believe it's fuel only. And I can probably say Noah Brown is probably the first driver to take 4 fresh tires.
Oh, Darren Stapp just dropped connection.
Probably the second time.
Yeah, unfortunate. So whatever was plaguing him has not resolved itself, and not the best start to a new season. But Darren Staff, I'll go ahead and just shout him out a little bit. He had a great season last season, got his first win, and just had a really strong overall season. I would not put any expectations below that on the 45. So not the night that he was looking for tonight, obviously, with the connection issue, but he will be back. Look for that 45 to be fast again. We're going to double him up here and get going green flag racing once we get this last base lap complete. Let's go ahead and just go through the top 10 real quick. It is Dallas Mayan and Tristan Millette. The 2 RK cars are on the front row. Adam Peeler, one of those Binks Design IROC looking cars, he is 3rd. David Westergreen is 4th. Ty McIntosh 5th. Zach Evans 6th. Neil Rutt 7th. Noah Brown is 8th. Jordan Tarble is 9th. And Aaron Evans is 10th. Actually, let's just roll this down to P20 because we still have a lot of cars competing for this. 11th is David Huckleberry. Dave Carpenter is P12. Nate Hall, P13. We haven't talked about him all race. I think he's been hanging back, but he is one of he was a rookie last season, and probably looking to do a little bit better this season. He's running P13. Santiago Aguirre is P14. Dustin Dewar 15th. Thomas Capuano 16th. James Miller 17th. Kynan Jones 18th. Ryan Narducci 19th. And Ray Bracey runs in P20. So Ray Bracey, we saw him have some issues at the beginning of the last run. He's probably happy to see this caution so he can get himself up and back in and have a little bit of a reset.
Yeah, because he was probably going to lose the lap with the pace difference from being in the pack and all by himself.
Probably one of the worst feelings as a driver is just losing the draft at a plate track, and then you're kind of just running on the interstate for.
It's the most helpless feeling. The most helpless feeling.
Yeah, it's painful. I wouldn't wish that on my own worst enemy, but we do have another restart here coming. We're in the zone here, and the number 78 of Dallas Mayan, great restart from the inside. He's going to have to make sure not to get too far out ahead. One thing we've been looking at all race, you just have to make sure that you have some help, and he does. The 29, Tristan Millette, slots in right behind him, almost like that was planned. So it is now the 2 RK cars with a Binks car, the number 27 of Adam Peeler up there, and the fun. And then it's the Southern Speedcos, who have gotten a little bit disconnected behind them. They are not together anymore, at least not for the time being. I'm sure that'll change before too long. But down the backstretch, it is single file for your first 4 or so spots. Actually, as I say that, here comes Adam Peeler with a big run on the outside. He's going to take a push from the 8 of Ty McIntosh. We know that Ty McIntosh will push anything and everything as long as it benefits him. And wow, that was a big move right there. But big momentum on the outside line still for the 27. They're going to look for the lead here in just a moment.
Yeah, that was a big bump from Westergreen to Rut, and that got them sideways. And it ended up getting Zach Evans shuffled out. I don't know if Zach was trying to back up to avoid what might have happened, but he jumped up to the 3rd line, and now he's slotted back up in the remnants of that 2nd line as you see the top 4 slot back down.
It's Southern Speedco and Binks working together kind of in tandem here. It's a Binks car being pushed by a Southern Speedco car, and then rinse repeat there for the top 4 spots. And then it's back to 78 of Dallas Mayan. He's been shoved back to the 5th spot with his teammate, and probably thinking to himself, what the heck just happened there? That kind of just came out of nowhere, and now you're back a couple spots. But either way, can't be thinking about it too long, because here comes the 65 of Noah Brown with a move on the outside. He's got some help from behind from the 00 of Caden Tux, and yet another Binks car, the number 6 of Zach Evans in the fray. And a slow car up there. It looks like that's I believe that's the 18 of Pignataro. He's got some crash damage, but going to be out of the way here. Got a replay here. Something in the back. The 35 of Tim Conrad. So that was earlier in the race, wasn't it?
Yeah, that probably would have been the fabled meatball we've been looking for.
No, this just happened on this latest restart.
It just happened? Oh, wow.
On the latest restart.
Yeah.
I guess we were wrong.
He was already like 18, 19 laps down, and then whatever. Tim's not had the best of races, whatever has happened to him with the first meatball and then what happened here. So hopefully when we get to half number 2, we can reset a little bit and get a little bit of a better race going, because Tim's one of the long-time OSCA guys, and he deserves it.
More jockeying for position. The 66 got wiggly again. I don't know if it was another push from Westergreen, but at 66 took a sharp movement.
We have the 8 of Ty McIntosh looking on the outside of Adam Peeler. He's now decided he wants to go for the lead once again. I think that either it's been the 8 or the 9 that has led the most laps in this. I can't really tell which one so far, but Ty McIntosh, he's got the lead now. Big push from that 65 of Noah Brown. Some movement with that 66 of Neil Rutt. He's been bounced around like a pinball a little bit these last few laps. But it's not pretty, James, but it's effective.
Yeah, oh man. More jockeying for position, man. It's always such a good check moment when you see these cars kind of snap like that. You just know, as long as we've been around the sport, we're just so used to seeing that end very badly when we see it. So you're always going to have some PTSD and go, oh no, another big crash coming. But so far, we're still surviving, and we're still green, although that almost
the 09 was also
poorly.
sideways.
Yeah.
Well, I think these giant spoilers are giving these drivers a lot of confidence to make these moves, and probably catching them a little bit when they get a little bit sideways. That all that surface area of aerodynamic device just kind of messing with the air. You can kind of get away with a little bit more here than you could in, say, like a 2013 era Gen 6 with that tiny spoiler they used to have. So a lot of
power.
Yeah, a lot of balls being shown here tonight, for lack of a better term. But we're getting down to the end of it. We got 13 laps to go, coming to 12 to go. It's been go time for about 5 to 10 laps here. really whoever is at the front is going to be at the front, going to be your players towards the very end here. We see the 00 of Caden Tufts. He is probably the newest of players. He's got himself up here in just the past few laps or so. He's a Weekend Woodsman car, and I believe he does not have a teammate that is in contention, really. I know Tim Conrad is a Weekend Woodsman car, but he obviously had that issue just a moment ago. I think it's got to be Jordan Tarble. It's probably his closest one, but he's back in 12th. So it's, I mean, one of those things that you've probably been here at one point or another, James. I know I've been here. When you're out here against teams as a independent car or a car that's a part of a team, but the rest of your teammates are either wrecked or, you know, out in the back, it's hard times.
Yeah, I don't want to sing all by myself again because I already killed everyone's eardrums the first time singing it, but yeah, now I'm just gonna sing "One is the loneliest number." Okay, that's all we can sing without me getting us DMCA'd, but
Was that Daniel Gore, I think, that got shoved in the wall?
No, Aaron Evans, it looks like.
Aaron Evans, okay, yeah. We have a little bit similar color, but yeah, that was a hard hit for the 48. So he's pulling down in the pits now. He's got some damage. He's gonna be slow. Tough break. He was having a pretty good run up there in the.
Yep.
He was having a pretty good run up there in the top 15, but yeah, he's gonna have to pull down in the pits, get that thing fixed now. And with only about 10 laps to go, there's not a whole lot of time to do that. He's sliding down the pit road, probably just, you know, probably day done right there. Not really gonna do much for that, but. Up here at the front, it's been kind of the same story. Southern Speed versus really Noah Brown and some of the arcade cars, the 78 and the 29 namely, but they have kind of fallen off a little bit. The couple spots there from those two, but yeah, it's
big
play here. Ooh, yeah, big. He got in the back of 21 of Capuano and just kind of got pitched into the wall, which is a situation there, but I can't say what really happened there.
Yeah, I think that really helped out Capuano because I think that would have been a lot worse contact for that 21 car had the 48 not been there to absorb it. So Miller and Capuano seem no worse for the wear after all that, but Aaron Evans, the most innocent bystander, with the biggest penalty there.
And we are under 10 laps to go, so it is absolutely, if it wasn't go time 20 laps to go, if it wasn't go time 15 laps to go, it is go time now, and you have to do everything you can to do that going. We're on board with Ty McIntosh. He's done a lot of going this race. He is your leader, but don't look now. It's two Binks Designs cars right to his outside. That's the 27 of Peeler and the 66 of Neil Rutt. And don't count them out because they are actually lined up. So I believe up in the top 10, it's them and then the 78 and the 29, the two arcade cars. It's the only two really together team cars right now. So doing what they can on the outside line. They're doing it pretty well. It's just that inside line has been stronger all race. So it's going to be a tough ask to get those two Binks cars out front, but they are doing what they can.
Yeah, if you notice the hint of pink coming out of the window net of all the cars on the track, that's everyone throwing their brains out because we're under 10 laps to go at a super speedway, which means stupidity will be on offer. I don't know who's going to do the dumb moves, but we're going to see some dumb move. There's going to be some sort of aggressive push, someone putting their nose where they shouldn't. Things are going to get hairy here. They're behaving so far, but this calm won't last forever.
Absolutely not. Up here at the front, the 09 of James Miller. He's one of the newish players. He was involved in one of the kerfuffles a couple cautions ago that sent the 99 of Gilberto Javier Gomera sideways. But speaking of him as well, he is at the tail end of this pack, a couple cars behind Miller, so he wasn't too worse for the wear, and that didn't get a whole lot of damage. Good to see him going. So we're seeing everybody make their way to the front here. A little bit of a sideways push there from the 65. Probably not, probably a lot more animated up here than it was in the car. Bottom line is stacking up just a lot there. Something happened to the Noah Brown into turn number 1. He was very slow, but they got it going again. Probably just the way the push is working here. Outside line is strong. Move, big move for the 09 and Miller.
Wow.
He cuts down the inside and takes it from the 8 of Ty McIntosh, and he's going to take that ride straight to the front.
That is a wild move. He was third in line and was able to jump down and take the lead of the inside line.
That is a man that has his virtual mirror on, and he trusted it 1,000%, and that was the best move he could have done right there. Good job. That was some good driving right there, but now he's got 7 more laps, or excuse me, 5 more laps here. I can't count. 5 more laps here to find a way to hold off that push from behind from the 8 and the 65. 2 very, very aggressive drivers, probably 2 of the most aggressive drivers in OSCA, Ty McIntosh and Noah Brown. So it'll be a tough ask of the 09 to do something here. He's got those Binks Designs cars on the outside. Noah Brown decides to go the outside and take their draft, so he's going to try to make a move.
Yeah, and now that sets up the 8 and the 9 to be reunited. Miller's got teammates right behind him now, so he's got to be careful. He's got to hope that they don't have any space on the outside, otherwise they're going to leave him out to dry. He is all by himself right now. And the same could go for Noah Brown. He's got the Beast cars behind him, so... Oh, and there it is!
Yep, Noah got shoved into the sucker hole. I don't think that was a good move for the Binks cars, though.
Nope.
That was not the move. But here comes the Southern Speedco cars on Miller now.
I called it. Here they come.
So interesting. So maybe that got Noah out of the draft, or they shoved him to the back of the pack, and now they got the Binks cars back together and the Southern Speedcos back together. So interesting how that worked out, huh? Very, very interesting. That it's almost tragic in a way, but we got 3 laps to go here. James Miller once again back into 3rd in line. Now he's got the 2 Southern Speedco cars. Who's going to be the one to dive? And it was David Westergreen making the block, but what is Ty McIntosh going to do here?
Yeah, I don't know if that was a good move from Westergreen. He should have just stayed put behind McIntosh.
Yeah, he's falling now.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Peeler and Westergreen are able to push as good, and it just absolutely killed that middle line. Yeah, Westergreen should have just stayed put, because that run would have died for Miller pretty quickly, and Miller would have just fallen back.
Don't look now, but 2 very fast RK Motorsports cars are coming, 2 in 3rd and 4th. It's Dallas Mahan and Tristan Millette. They've been up there all race, 2 laps to go. I don't think anyone is going to be backing off now. To be damned with the engine temps. They are full throttle, and I think that 09 is going to lay into the back at number 8 of Ty McIntosh for as long as he can. Here comes the 78 of Dallas Mahan. He's trying to make something happen. Here comes Noah Brown. Huge shove. He's got it from behind from 3 wide with a great move from Noah Brown. He's going to try to ride that all the way to the lead. Not quite enough momentum, but here comes Dewar trying to push him. That was such a hard shove for that 65 that it slowed everybody behind him, and it kind of trashed their momentum a little bit.
He just said, "No, you get out of here." He just slapped Dallas Mahan out of the way. That is rough for Dallas Mahan. Let's see. Good momentum here on that outside lane.
It's going to be a drag race here on this final lap. This number 8 of McIntosh, the number 65 of Brown. Who's got the better line behind them? Right now, it's the outside line with that push from the 32 of Dewar. Look at them go. They have gotten a car length and a half ahead of that inside line. Noah Brown needs to move to the inside right now, I think, but no, he chooses to keep that 32 behind him. We'll see if that works. It's going to be all out of turn number 4 here. I think that outside line is... Does Dusty choose to go with the 62? Dewar. Yeah, here he comes. Block from Noah Brown to the line. Here comes McIntosh. It's going to be Dewar.
Wow, I thought they were
my God.
right there.
What a finish! Dustin Dewar snipes Noah Brown at the line as they were trying to wreck behind them. What an incredible finish. Oh my God, that was awesome, James. That was awesome stuff.
That was fantastic. Dusty timed that to perfection, and he got lucky. Miller gave McIntosh a massive push, which slowed down that inside lane, and he was able to still side draft Noah Brown and get that massive run and get him right there at the line. Dewar played that to perfection. Nothing Brown could have done. He was just a sitting duck at that point.
A race between RKM and Redux and Southern Speed Co., and it ends with a do-good car winning the race. Good job, Dusty Dewar. That was, like you said, timed perfectly, and that's just experience right there. Dusty, he's been around for a long time, and he knows how to plate race. And I think that if anyone was going to pull a move like that in this race, it was going to be old Dusty Dewar. So good job on him. I can't remember. I have to go out back and look at my stats, but I want to say that's his first win in several seasons. But I'll have to go back and verify that. I want to say it's like 2 seasons or 3 seasons. But yeah, what a great win for Dusty. Actually, you know what? We have some time. Here. We got 10 minutes. Why don't we go ahead and pull him up here?
Works for me.
Dustin Dewar is the camera. You got a copy?
Hey boys, how's it going?
Oh.
Yeah, you're like a mile away there.
Yeah, we're good. So yeah, now do you have a copy?
Tan 4, how's it going, boys?
It's going pretty well. It looks like it's going pretty well for you. We got 10 minutes here, so I think we can probably at least get the interview for half one winner done now. But that was one hell of a race there, Dusty. You timed that move to perfection at the very end. Just tell us about your race as a whole and like what went into that last move there.
First of all, wow, that was a fun last couple laps there. So the night was up and down. I worked my way up there a couple times and then got caught up in some messes, and yeah, that last wreck, I think I was in that one. Got the car fixed, and yeah, worked our way up as a team. Do Good Motorsports worked together so nicely tonight. I felt bad for Dave Carpenter. I kind of left him stranded up in the third lane, but there was a hole. I had to take it. That was going to be my only shot to win the race. And yeah, that last one, it's just about timing, right? You never know if it's going to be right or wrong. And it just worked out. It was similar to a win I had in a different league a season ago. So I knew about what would happen there. But overall, what a freaking way to start the season off with a victory right away at Talladega, boys. How about that?
Yeah, and what an awesome way to do it. That last lap pass, kind of the Kevin Harvick-esque through the tri-oval, just making the move right at the very end, getting your nose on Noah Brown there. I mean, now that you're going to be, presumably you're going to be starting 10th in half number 2 here. I think that is actually, let me see.
Vic actually posted
10 car invert, yes sir.
So you're one row behind where you started in half number 1. You started 8th, so you're going to be right about there. With these longer races, what was your strategy? Were you just trying to hang back there? Were you trying to go to the front? Were you just trying to like see what was happening? Because we asked a couple other people, they said they were letting the race play out and then figuring it out. But did you have a plan before the race, or was it kind of the same for you?
Yeah, I wanted to know what each lane was going to do at different times, so I played around in all 3 lanes all night. In fact, there's a lot of times I was one of only 2 cars up in that third lane for a good chunk of the race. But you gotta know how those lanes are going to react to different situations. And with the extra laps we had plenty of time to play around with all that, so you knew what was kind of going to happen at the end of the race and where your car had to be in the right corner there.
I'm so glad you brought that up, Dusty, because I actually highlighted you during the race as someone who was consistently up there in that third lane trying to make something work. Because every time I looked every time I looked, I saw a yellow 32 car up there, like next to the wall. So, you know, I appreciate that. I love going up there next to the wall, trying to make something work. Nothing pisses me off at super speed racing more than just riding in line for like 20 laps at a time. I love to actually race, so I can appreciate that very much. Thank you for trying to make something work. But,
Heck yeah, I have ADD like a mofo, so yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
race a little bit. Can't just sit there and ride in line.
Before we let you go here, any shout outs you want to give?
First of all, to you boys in the booth and Vic Bloom, you know, we couldn't do this without you guys, so thank you so much. Really appreciate you all. Do Good Motorsports appreciates you. To my team, Do Good Motorsports, dang, what a great way to start the year, though. Really happy for these boys. Huckleberry in his first run finished 15th. Yeah, it was just a good night. JD's Hilltop Salvage. Hello, Dad. I hope you're watching the race tonight up there in Goodrich, Wisconsin, overlooking the beautiful Goodrich Hill. Miss Goodies, home of the famous hooded towel. Gentlemen, if you haven't heard of these, seen these, you need to find these because they're the hottest thing there is. You can find them on Facebook at Miss Goodies, the hooded towels. Tell them the Dragon sent you. They'll treat you well, I promise you that. And to Randy Big Balls Walters, hope you're watching. And we're going to put some fireworks on for the second half, that's for sure, boys.
Absolutely. 58 more laps, so I hope you're ready. I know if I was the driver, I wouldn't be. I'd be dreading these next 58 because just one lap at Talladega is too much for me. But
Yeah, it's been a long week. I've ran a lot of Daytona races this week, and yeah, it's whew. I'm gonna go racing though. I'm gonna go have some fun.
yeah, other people seem to like it, and it is fun to watch. I'll give them that. But I much rather love. I love being up here in the booth watching play racing more than being in the car. So. Dusty, you go out there, you kick some ass. Good luck in half number 2.
Woo!
Hopefully we can talk to you
We're
again.
gonna talk to you again, no doubts, boys. Looking forward to it.
All right. Excellent. I love that attitude. All right, this Dustin Dewar, half number 1 winner. James, I think he's fired up.
I would be too. That was a fantastic drive, a fantastic move to get him the win. Like, that's one of the more epic wins you'll see. So, and you know, like you said, it's been a minute for him. So when you're coming off of a winless streak, you know, getting that win, there's no better feeling. I know when I was able to get the win in the 2024 season B at Daytona, ending my 3-season-long winning streak, I was absolutely pumped. So, yeah, I know what he's feeling when he finally got that long winless streak ended, and same exact thing too, since that was my 3rd win ever in OSCA, and tonight is his 3rd win ever in OSCA. If what Vic typed on air was true.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome to see. And I would not doubt us interviewing Dusty again. He is a really good plate racer. And when it comes down to the last few laps of a plate race, if that 32 is somewhere in the top 10, that 32 is probably going to have a good chance at finishing in the top 5. So I've seen a few times where he gets a little over optimistic, and that top 10 to top 5 move becomes a little bit of a couple other people get taken out with it, but most of the time knows that he's doing pretty well. So see some victory donuts there for Thomas Capuano. He sure is. He hasn't won the race yet, but he is practicing for what he's going to do when he comes out here in half number 2 and wins the race. He's going to be starting in number 20.
I ended up winning a race this week, and then when I crossed the finish line the second time, I'm like, I don't know how to celebrate, and I stalled it.
Everyone's like, go celebrate, Carlos, and Carlos is like,
I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far.
Exactly.
Usually, it's a good idea just to left foot all the way down, right foot all the way down, left foot out, and then let the car do what it wants to do. Kind of just pop the clutch and just kind of send it up there. It's a lot more fun in real life than it is on the sim, though, I will have to say. When you can burn down a car in real life.
I just dump the throttle at all times, and it seems to work well for getting those burnouts going, especially on restarts.
And I do remember one of just a little story here, I guess, since we have so much time. Well, we got about a minute for the next race, but I remember when this was the current Super Speedway package in iRacing, circa 2020, 2021-ish, particularly at Daytona. I remember for some reason it was really, 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 really easy to spin the tires on a restart with this car and package. Like at Daytona, you wouldn't think it would be, but it was really easy to do that. And I remember like a lot of giant wrecks on restarts happening because of that. So I don't think we saw that tonight. I think most people, when they pitted, they didn't seem to take tires. So I don't think tires were too much of an issue, but just a little, I remember that being a thing from back in the day. So just popped my mind.
I wonder if that might be a tire model thing, because I know it was a much different tire model back then. So that might have really contributed to everything in those restarts acting goofy, and why we haven't quite seen that yet tonight. And I honestly don't remember seeing it much the last time we ran these cars at OSCA back in 23 Season A.
Yeah, probably not. It's probably a thing from like way back then. But we'll get our grids going through. Zach Evans and Jordan Tarble, first and second. Neil Rutt and Caden Tufts round off for third and fourth. Tristan Millette and James Miller, that's going to be row number 3, 5th and 6th there. So once again, a top 10 invert. So this is the inverse of the top 10 finishing positions from half number 1. David Westergreen in 7th and Ty McIntosh in 8th. Noah Brown and Dustin Dewar. Noah Brown 2nd and Dustin Dewar in half number. Dustin Dewar was the winner of half number 1. Go ahead, take away, James.
All right, and we have Gilberto, and I gotta mute Vic because he's Dallas Myhan in 12th, Dave Carpenter in 13th, Adam Peeler in 14th, Dave Huckleberry and Brian Narducci 15th and 16th. 17th and 18th we have Ryan Boberry and Ray Bracey. Rounding out the top 20, we have Daniel Gore and Thomas Capuano. Row 11, we have Blanchard and Nathan Hall. Row 12 features the 96 of Adam Tepe and the 85 of Kinda Jones. Dylan Thomas and Santiago Aguirre in 25th and 26th. Siegel and DJ Weeks 27th and 28th. Patrick Hahi in 29th and Dakota Pignataro rounding out your top 30. 31st and 32nd, Aaron Evans and Darren Sapp. Hopefully he has his connection fixed. Dylan Gooden and Tim Conrad, 33rd and 34th. And that's your starting grid for half 2 tonight.
All right, yep. Thank you for taking that away, James. I had a small feline emergency to go tend to, but we're all good.
I know those feels.
Was meowing at me. She was screaming at me, so.
Sounds like somebody needed food.
I know. Okay, but we are all good on that front, and I think these drivers are all good here. 58 more laps, so if you didn't get enough of Talladega the first time around, we have more of it here on 3Ride TV. 58 more laps. And I guess takeaways from half number 1 that I saw was really, I think tires didn't mean a whole lot. I think most drivers took no tires on just about every stop, maybe 2 rights, if anything, like halfway through the race or something. But tires didn't seem to matter a whole lot, and I think that The outside line, if the side draft is played properly, can be very, very strong. It's just that didn't really come into play until the last few laps of the race in half number 1. But that's probably because side drafting is a little bit dangerous in iRacing. So we'll see if they decide to do it, be a little bit more aggressive this time around. Half 2s in OSCA usually do tend to be a little bit more messy. We'll see if that trend continues into this season.
Absolutely, and we'll see if these drivers can kind of put together what they've learned from that first half and see. It's like, okay, that move didn't work, I'm going to try to do that, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and hopefully for those drivers that maybe didn't get a good run at half number 1, the drivers like Tim Conrad and Daniel Gore, hopefully they can make a better run this time without the damage and all that. But green flag is out. The field's in the hands of Zach Evans. Good start for him. He gets the jump on the 39 of Jordan Tarble, about a car length and a half there right off the get-go, and it's going to be some Binks cars hooking up the 66 and the 6. That's no right behind Zach Evans for the early push on that inside line. The inside line we saw very strong all half number 1, and I can't imagine we're going to see anything different here in half number 2, but we do have some different players in different spaces here, and that will probably be the difference. But here comes the outside line. Actually, as I was saying that, Jordan Tarble with the push from Caden Tufts in that 00. He's going to shoot out to the lead very briefly here in turn number 3, but I think here comes the inside line once again for showing that it is probably the place to be.
Yeah, plus you got those 2 team cars, they're working together well, they're drafting together well, so that's also helping that momentum there as we complete lap 1.
Pretty standard 2x2 right here. It looks like nobody has done anything crazy yet. No 3 wide. I don't see anything making a legitimate move there, but actually I said Caden Tufts is the only one, but he's dropping back on the outside right now. He's decided to go to the back, so I think it's just the inside 2 lanes really vying for it right now. But right now it is all Binks designs, the 6 and the 66. Those are 3 numbers when put together. Sure, emanates for a good night here tonight, but hopefully it'll be clean. Right now, the
looks like Tarble's getting shuffled out.
Yeah, that's the biggest real move. Tarble got shoved out by the 09 of Miller.
Yeah, I think you're right. Making a little bit of a business decision here.
He's going to get picked up on the very outside lane there by the 75 of Dylan Gooden, and probably continue his trek to the back. And it's not a. I don't think that's a bad call. Yep, it is Dustin Dewar pushing the 09 of James Miller on the outside. Dustin Dewar, he just does not like the inside line in this race. He wants to be high, wide, and handsome. He's got, as I say that, here he goes on the inside looking for the lead. I just need to shut up right now because I keep getting it wrong. But a good move, strong move on the inside there for the 32 of Dustin Dewar. He has not quite got the lead. Yeah, he would have led, but he did not lead that lap. It was James Miller by 21 1/1000s there.
It's okay, Cam. I get things wrong all the time.
Hey, you should have saw last year. I think they had a little bit of a thing going on me for a little bit because I kept saying things that got into the naughty series. The Bojo's naughty series. But Bojo, he's currently P7 right now. He's up there in the outside lane, and that you can always spot Bojo on the racetrack. He's usually in a green car with some yellow on it, and Pushkin is not very far away from the central view of the car usually. So definitely see there. He's running right there, just kind of chilling in the middle. Here comes the 85 of Kynan Jones. Kynan Jones, somebody we literally have not talked about all race. I'm not sure if Kynan had a problem in half number 1 or just did not have it going for him, but he is an RK Motorsports driver this season. Got a teammate behind him in that number 45 of Darren Staff, and trying to make a move for the lead on that outside lane. Look how fast that lane has gotten going, and I think they're gonna at least make a make an effort here to try to get around that 09 of Miller, who's on the middle, but probably out of turn number 4 here. I think they might get the run. We'll see, but definitely a good good showing from the 85 in half number 2.
Yeah, and look at the field we got right now. This is the best the outside lanes have been working all night long. We have a whole heck of a lot of 3 wide as Tim Conrad just retired from the race.
Yeah, so whatever happened to him has not gotten any better, and actually,
It was
showing that
mentioned.
Tim Conrad.
It was mentioned earlier, in addition to Tim Conrad, Patrick, or I should say not in addition, but Patrick Hahi and Nate Hall did not grid up and have not started this race. So right now 3 cars are off the track and not racing. So 31 drivers on track right now.
They're all in this big pack.
I think all 31 are in our camera shot right here too, because 3 by 3 by 3. This is kind of what you see in the next gen era now, but it's when you see it there, they're usually fuel saving a little bit. So this is kind of the quintessential what we were talking about. This crazy, hectic, chaotic, just awesome plate package from the early 2020s that unfortunately, that somebody got in the wall there. Was that I think that was the 27 appealer. And no, that was the 03 of Dylan Thomas, and that was almost a huge crash with they're still trying to, that offset bumping. There was some offset bumping with an 09 of Miller and the 03 of Dylan Thomas that it looked like it almost ended the field right there. So Thomas got in the wall.
We're 4 wide. We were 4 wide at one point. We're still 4 wide.
Oh, yep, they are up there 4 wide, 3 wide again. But I mean, I will say, James, there's plenty of room here. It's a quite noticeably larger, wider track than Daytona, so it wasn't too bad. It's bad, just not as bad as it would be at Daytona.
Yeah, Daytona, the only way you can get 4 wide is if you're 4 wide getting loaded on the wrecker. I'm trying to make it 4 wide.
Yeah. When they got all the cars parked there on the inside backstretch now, when they got a red flag because they paved everything at Daytona. But here comes Daniel Gore on the outside. He's right up there next to the wall.
No!
Dylan Thomas again. Yep, that's 88 of that's a big one.
T-bone hard. Oh, yeah, that is a massive wreck.
I was just about to say, I was zoomed in on that 03 because I noticed he had some front end damage from when he hit the wall. And in my head, I'm like, he's going to get pushed real hard because of that front end damage. And sure enough, that is exactly what happened.
Yeah, that was that could have been a lot bigger too. I think there was only about 3 or 4 cars that got major damage in there. The 88, I know he was involved in that a little bit. There was one car who was missing their entire front end. We'll have to see who that was in the replay here, but yeah, it definitely started with the 03 of Dylan Thomas. He looked like he was trying to move down, and I don't think he was clear, but I don't want to say that without verifying it on my end. Let me just take a look at that.
Thomas got turned.
Did get
Yeah, 'cause
well,
you can see
yeah,
a little
he
bit of
did.
damage. And then he got right there. 27, just a
Just
bad bump.
it was an offset bump from his teammate, the 27 appealer. So just that yeah, that kind of you see that a lot in the Xfinity car. That kind of little get on the offset of somebody in the corner and they kind of just like spin. That's big in the Xfinity car. So he just kind of lost it, and then he hits the 75, the 48, the 88's involved. It's Narducci is the big one. He lost an entire front end. I think Tristan Millette might have some damage. I think he might have morphed through somebody though. The 6 of Zach Evans. So yeah, but caution was called on the 27 appealer, and that will be an EOL for him. So first round of pit stops, lap 9.
Oh, there was contact on pit road.
Oh, the
Aaron
96
Evans
is
and
around.
Capuano.
96 is also around.
Good lord, how much contact on pit road are we getting?
Wow, so already a bit of a mess here, half
Oh,
and half
God.
number 1.
Yeah, I saw that huge crash there.
Big hit for the 01 of Narducci.
Yeah.
He lost the front end and then he hit the inside wall. It was a big one.
Oh man. Well, yeah, he couldn't see anything after plowing into Dylan Thomas and Bach Jesus. You feel bad for him. There's nowhere to go. He didn't even have an opportunity to hit the brakes and just BAM! And then at that point, he's probably unconscious.
Yeah, that's like one of those crashes you see in real life that's just like, ew.
Who did you say was involved in that pit road incident?
It looked like Aaron Evans and Thomas Capuano. It looked like they made contact when they were pulling into their boxes, or when Thomas was pulling out of his box, I think.
And the 96 of Tepe was involved in a separate incident, which was with the 45 of staff, actually. 45 and the 96.
Speed it up.
Oh,
yeah. It's unfortunate.
They got into each other in half number 1, too. Interesting.
Oh, and there's the Tepe incident.
That almost looks like it might be caused a little bit by the first one. Because they all stacked up or something like that. I'm not sure.
No action needed. Yeah, I mean that's just the course of racing. They don't have crew chiefs that tell them to wait like they should or like they would in real life.
And it always seems to be that way too. Talladega's got one of the widest pit roads in NASCAR, but we always find a way to run into each other more than normal, I think.
Well, I think a lot of that is to do with the fact that you see a lot more two tires and gas only stops because you know it's Talladega. So the stops for the guys up front are so quick that everyone in the back doesn't have time to pull into their boxes. So you see a lot of that crossover, and that's why you see contact on pit road happen as often here and Daytona as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. And we definitely saw that all half 1 too. So just a lot of crossover with 5, 6, 7 second pit stops and such. But let's reset the field here. Lap 11 had a lot more, let's say a lot more action. Half 1 had plenty of action. We had a lot more messiness in half number 1 so far. James Miller is currently your leader, followed by Aaron Evans. He was involved in one of those pit road kerfuffles. Dustin Dewar, half 1 winner, is 3rd. Ray Bracey 4th. Santiago Guri is 5th. Connor Jones 6th. Caden Tuff 7th. Dallas Myhand 8th. Aaron Staff 9th. Coda Pignataro is E10 so far. So it'll be in the hands of James Miller. He will be the control car on this restart here for the first caution. And looking behind him, he's got a couple of he's got the 7 of Bracey, he's got an RKM car, another RKM car, so looking pretty good. Coda Pignataro is a Weekends Withman's car, so just looking at the team, how the team things are going to play out here. But Ace Truck is off, waiting for the green flag for James Miller through the tri-oval here. Should be any second. And there we go. Good restart for him. 7 and 85 are hooked up behind him, and it's going to be about a car length and a half. Very good restart for Miller there. Might be actually a little bit too far out front, but I think you got picked up by the 7 of Bracey here through 1 and 2.
Gonna be a little nervous for that inside line. I feel like Evans has a little bit of damage on his car from the pit road incident and from the incident that brought out the caution. So it didn't look like he got much front damage, but there might be a few dings and scratches on the side, which could hurt him a little bit. I'm not sure, but so far the inside line isn't quite as lined up with the outside.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of damage there on the right side. Just a little bit of scrapes, but That could just be the visual model of iRacing 2. Sometimes it does it does things like that where it'll show scuffs and scrapes, but the actual damage is completely fixed on the stop. So who knows? It looks like if anything, he's not super slow out here out front. So whatever damage he has, it's not something that's gonna probably take him out of contention. He is able to at least stay in the pack. So not too bad at the moment. Dustin Dewar also giving him a good push from behind. And we saw that he can do that very well in half number 1. Go on board with Aaron on the inside line. Been the strongest line in these 2 races so far. Ryan to Ty McIntosh angry with somebody right now. We'll have to see what happened to him.
He big mad as Ray Bracey jumps down in front of the 48 to take the lead of the inside lane.
We probably saw that one coming from a mile away, but Aaron's gonna help Aaron a little bit too, just having somebody in front of him and having some follow really. Aaron, he's last season in OSCA was a tough season for him. It was his rookie season and really one of his first league experiences as a whole. So I'd say he's still really in that learning phase. You don't really get out of there until you start consistently running up front, and Aaron's still looking for that. So having somebody in front of you like Ray, who's experienced and knows what he's doing for the most part at all types of tracks, it's a really good asset for Aaron right now. Just follow him and don't turn him. That's really all you got to do.
Otherwise, you will be dragged into Quick Shift's video.
Yes, or the other one if you say the wrong thing. But and there's James Miller getting sucker holed from every side. He just got cut by Ray Bracey, and then he is going straight to the back. Now it's P15, I think, and still falling for probably not going to care too much because he's going to be able to make that up pretty quickly here. But it is pretty funny how far you can fall, how quickly you can fall here at a track like this. But yeah, it is part of the game. Sometimes you get put in the sucker hole, and sometimes you're the one putting someone else in the sucker hole.
Yeah, we call that in my household, penthouse to the outhouse.
And don't look now. We are 3 wide once again.
Yes,
right
sir.
Behind Aaron Evans and Ray Bracey. Well, Santiago Aguirre, he's up there too. He's kind of gotten out of the mess, but otherwise we are absolutely 3 wide.
I'm amazed that he was a big part of that wreck early on in the race. He got turned. I'm amazed that he's still having this much speed. Dave Carpenter got hit out of the line. He's on the apron now.
Yeah, we're getting some offset pushes up here at the front from that 65. We were on board with Santiago Aguirre for a second there, but those offset pushes we've seen in this race and half number 1, just if it goes wrong, it goes very, very wrong. So just these drivers have to keep an eye on those, keep those pushes as square as possible, at least until closer to the end of the race. But everybody has gotten it so far. David Westergreen was talking about somebody having damage. I think it was Bojo. Bojo had some.
No, it was Gore and Thomas that he reported.
Gore and Thomas. Okay, I'm just kind of wondering how the heck I heard Bojo then, because that is too, my ears are not working very well. But yeah, sure enough, Gore does have a little bit of damage on the rear. So he got a bunch of damage in half number 1. Didn't seem to be too competitive after that, and not as much this time. But yeah, it is a restrictor plate track, not one where we would typically see Daniel Gore excel, but it is still a little bit surprising to see him have at least one stinker. He usually just doesn't have bad races. He really didn't have a whole lot of bad races last season, and a bad night for him was like 10. So
he's got the signature.
We got cars. Man, leader of that outside lane, I think it was Gomera. I think he got the wall. Scraped it at least. Yeah, that just killed whatever momentum the third lane was starting to build.
Aaron Evans now leading that second lane, the middle lane, and he was a little bit squirrely too. He got a pretty aggressive push from Kynan Jones, his teammate. So, ooh, they're offset pushing still. The 85 and the 48. Look out for that. Do not do that too much. That looked very dangerous. And looked like they got it sorted out, but I saw the 85 lay a bump right into the right rear taillight of that 48, and I did not like that one bit. So it looks like the 48 might be a little bit wiggly. He's having a little bit of trouble keeping that car, I think, where Kynan needs him to be a little bit. He's just moving around a little bit too much, and that's you do see that at plate tracks. The cars do move around a lot with the air and all that stuff, but I think Aaron might need to up his steering ratio or something like that. Just a little bit too wobbly for that 85 behind him, I think.
Yeah. He's jumping up, taking the lead of that second lane, and now taking the lead of the third lane. Elevator move.
Yeah, and I think that's just a little bit of a lack of experience because he doing that, he's going to get himself hung out here and he's going to hurt his teammate too. So really that move didn't really hurt, it didn't really help anyone. And it didn't help the car behind him either, Ryan Barbieri in that 15. So it's just, it was a little bit of a rookie move, I think. Just something he's got to learn and experience. And like we were saying, you know, second season of OSCA, really second season of racing in general. You got to make those types of mistakes to learn and know what and to do and what not to do.
Yep, sometimes certain lessons can only be learned the hard way.
Ooh.
And Eagle learned today.
Yeah, another aggressive push from behind from that 85 from Dallas Mahan. So he's got two teammates behind him now. Look for the RK. We saw those RKM cars in half number one be very strong. Tristan Millette and Dallas Mahan. But I don't think that Darren Staff, he really wasn't in it with those connection issues, and we didn't really see Kynan Jones too much either. So maybe if they can get 4 cars up there, maybe we'll see something else. But yeah, I mean, they're doing a good job right now. Looking to pull up on second on that Noah Brown machine. And maybe take the lead here. Here they go. Yep, they're going to get the huge run down the backstretch. Look at that. Easily going to take the lead for 85 and the 78 are going to both clear the 88 of Santiago down here.
Yeah, there's just nothing those two on the inside can do. You know, it's only 2 team cars compared to 3 up here on the outside.
And it's a shame that plate racing is a game of numbers. I sure am bad at math, but either way, most of these drivers know what they're doing pretty well. I think we've gotten into a point of the race where we've settled out just a little bit.
I'm going to be like Zach and go, hey, I was told there would be no math.
I don't know who told you that.
Yeah, I do want to believe that, but I also do use math at my job, so. Oh well, it's okay.
I'm gonna blame Vic for this. I don't know what he did, but I'm gonna blame him anyways.
Always appropriate to blame Vic.
Well, here's the thing now.
We have settled out.
Vic has an option to defend himself because he can type a message to the broadcast. And he can be like, "That's a lie," or "I did tell him there was no math involved."
Oh, we got Gore spun to the inside. He'll hold on to it.
I'd be damaged.
Yeah, we'll have to. I think it's only him that was involved, so tough break here. We'll have to look at the replay and see what happened. I saw some contact from above that kind of nerfed into him.
Oh.
52 of Huckleberry, I think,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. I think he just kind of stuck his nose in a place where it wasn't gonna fit. And hole closed up and sent the 69 car careening to the inside, but he did a fantastic job to hold on to it. He's well out of the draft now, but at least he doesn't have a whole lot of extra damage added to that 69 car.
definitely a weekend to forget at Talladega here for Danny G. But luckily, next week we are going to a track that he probably likes a little bit more, Road America. We've seen him on the road courses. That's his
Oh, we
bread
got
and butter.
Connor almost going
Ooh.
around. I think that was Dylan Thomas who was dirt tracking it off of turn 2. Oh, we're 4
Oh,
wide.
he's still trying to lose it. Ooh, my goodness.
We're before wide.
Yeah, they were 4 wide and smashed into each other. Mother of mercy, what's going on all of a sudden?
And that has, all that shenanigans has kind of like broken our pack up a little bit, and now it's James Miller who's out leading by David Westergreen and Dylan Gooden now. So
Yeah, where did
yeah,
Westergreen come from?
we are all over the place. We're kind of we're stacking them up again here a little bit. It's just taking a little bit of time. Yeah. I mean the lead pack is about what 10 cars, I think.
No, it's more than that.
Something
Yeah.
like that. 11, 12, 13.
Yeah.
13.
There's a pretty big separation with all the shenanigans going on.
I think who's that? Aaron Evans. He's the first one out of the pack right now.
This second pack is going to get bigger, and they will catch up to the main pack.
Yeah, they're not that far behind, so they work together. They should be able to catch up. But what a turn of fortune. David Westergreen suddenly finds himself battling for the lead. And Ray Bracey, who had the lead for a decent amount, suddenly finds himself at the back of this pack. That second pack is now side by side, several lines. That's not going to help them catch this lead group.
And I would say for Bojo's sake, something happened with Aaron. What happened? Oh, we had somebody in the wall. The 39 of Tarble, not in the wall, but he just got kind of nerfed out of the way a little bit. Okay, that was all good. There was some contact with the 39 of Tarble and the 48 of Evans, but it looks like I think they kind of got everything sorted out and just a little bit of a little blooper there. So everything is good. The back half of the pack has stretched out a little bit and kind of caught each other. We're kind of sort of back to one strung out pack again. And we have a battle for the lead. It looks like Noah Brown actually, well, he took it pretty easily from James. James got Miller kind of hung out a little bit there.
We got pit stops coming up.
Yeah. So
Brown has already announced he's coming down, so we're going to have a lot of cars bringing it down for service right now.
something we did not see in half number one, green flag pit stops. And here we go. 65 miles an hour all the way down from, it's actually 55 all the way down from 180 plus. Always a big chance of speeding here. We'll have to see if anyone gets a black flag for speeding or
Nothing so far.
anything else that you can get anything on a pit road. But yeah, everything is good so far. See everybody check their tires and uncheck them as they needed, and not taking 4 tires when they don't need to take 4 tires. Looks like everybody is good. Noah Brown with a pretty good pit stop. He's going to have about 6 car lengths on the 78 of my end, but they are going to kind of come out together. So, yeah, that's one of the things that is different about here than most other racetracks. You want to pit with friends here. You do not want to pit alone. Pitting alone is very bad, and usually
I have always kind of disagreed about that. What I always do is I like to pit kind of... Oh, there's contact! We got a car! I think that's Dusty Door getting spun into his box. Oh, and that's going to kill Dusty's race, because unlike real life, you can't get your service while facing the wrong way. You've got to be facing forward. So Dusty has to turn completely around, doing a 15-point turn. And he's probably going to lose the lead lap because of all this.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the incident that happened there. I'm really not sure what went on there, because he kind of just turned into D West when D West had to be on pit. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything else. I just thought that was kind of goofy. So, I mean, tough break for D West too. That's gonna slow him down and probably knock him out of a couple seconds or so. But I think he's not too bad off. He did get back out in the pack, so could've been a
Yeah,
lot worse for him.
he's still leading the group that he pitted with, so worse for the wear for Western Green.
And the good thing was he kind of got morphed through one of the cars on pit road. So the iRacing little ghost car thing on pit road helped him immensely there, because he would have been, if that car was solid, he would have been very much done.
Yeah,
For
upper
the
green
day.
without a paddle, absolutely.
I've always said that iRacing should just turn pit collisions off like randomly one day, like an April
No,
Fools, and
they
not tell
need
anyone
to
about
turn
it.
off pace car collision.
Like NR 2002. That's how it was back then.
Diabolical.
We're spread out here a little bit. Noah Brown is back to the lead. He's getting that push from behind from Dallas Mahan. And then it's Ryan Barbieri, one of the Bobby Hammer Motorsports entries, who is... We've not seen a lot of them. It looks like it seems like they've had some goofy issues themselves in half number one, all of their cars, but at least Barbieri right now is giving it a good run there in P3. And then it's a TMR car behind him, Ryan Blanchard, the 38. Really, I think the only TMR car we've seen is the 09. Thomas Capuano has not been up front, and
there he is.
Austin Beer is just not here.
Bobby Hammer sounds
Ooh.
like Bobby. It sounds like Bobby Hill's wrestling alias.
Yeah, I'm
Man.
not sure what that was a reference to. Myself. Oh, here comes Miller with a huge move. Look at this.
Oh no!
No, that was never gonna work.
Gomera. Oh.
That was never. Well, if that worked, that would have been a legendary move. That just was.
Caution,
And
caution.
there's the caution.
All right.
Wow.
My
Lap
guy swung
33.
for the fences, and he fell down swinging, and his batting helmet is now on first base, but he sure
And-
swung.
And his bat flew out of his hands and landed on his head after he fell.
That was one hell of a move. It just did not at all
I mean,
work
listen,
out.
A for effort. Can't say he
Definitely.
didn't try.
Like, you,
There was
you
an
missed,
attempt.
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, James Miller.
Michael Scott.
But shame for Gilly. I don't think he's too badly damaged there. It looks like he just kind of got parked up in the wall a little bit by Miller. But yeah, we're gonna have to get a full on board with that move, because that was just nuts.
That was a good move. Okay, it didn't really seem that bad. On board, it kind of looked bad. From here, it really kind of didn't seem that bad.
That's a pretty realistic looking wreck, though. I mean, you see that in real life where they kind of just get pinned towards the wall and they slide along it. So, job
Yeah.
racing finally with some realism.
Yeah, I'm amazed that the car didn't go spinning 15,000 times or go full Zach Evans and get launched to oblivion.
I hate to tell you guys this, though. Both of these drivers did get meatballs.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I guess, that's the steel bodies you were talking about earlier, James. They deform if you look at them incorrectly. So,
Are these steel?
Nope.
yeah, these
I
are
thought
steel
these were
bodies.
Sheet metal. Nope. These were before the composite bodies were introduced to the Cup Series. That was
I
what
think
was.
I think they
what
had
made-
carbon pieces, but they were like just steel bodies.
I think the front
Yeah,
bumpers
I
were,
believe-
were...
Yeah, and I think the rear, but the side, that's all sheet metal. So that's why you had a lot of issues with side-by-side racing, because cars would get side-by-side, they make a little bit of contact, and the fenders and the side skirts would just bend in and puncture the other car's tire.
Or please believe it or not, the 09 got the You're well calling that one.
Yep.
What you were just describing there, James, was the bane of every Gordon fan's existence around 2014. What was that, the year, I think?
2014. That was it.
2014
His
Texas.
5th championship. Got the car to
Well,
beat it,
yeah.
Homestead.
Well, you know, if Jeff didn't try to shut the door on.
Reopening
Yeah.
the rooms here on 3Y TV.
I straight up, I muted you. No, but I mean, yeah, you're right. That was on Jeff.
It's fine. If you want to get me back, just, you know, bring up like almost every race with Casey Kane as a Casey Kane fan. There's plenty of wounds to be reopened with that one.
It was like 6 in 04 alone, I think, or something like that. And then it just
First
gets
Yeah.
race was at Indianapolis.
Yeah.
It was in 2014.
Yeah.
But he did come
Yeah.
back and get that 16.
That 2017 Brickyard
2017.
was the greatest race I've ever watched, man.
Not me being a 10-year-old who went to one of his first races ever at Charlotte in 2004, watching one of the coolest looking cars ever built by Tommy Baldwin Jr., this fast-ass number 9 Mopar car leading like 250 laps. Actually, I think it was like more like 290 or something. And then blowing a tire with about 30 to go, and then watching Jimmy Johnson take one of his like first of like 7 Charlotte wins. That was pretty quintessential of Casey Kane's career right there.
Is that what started the Johnson dominance in Charlotte?
Mm-hmm. That
And
was
yet-
also a race where Jeff Gordon finished 3rd without a rear end. Like, he got plowed under caution at like 100 miles an hour. That was fun. Fun times.
And that's why it was funny with everyone being heartbroken for Casey at Rockingham this year, being like, oh, everyone was like, oh man, that's one of the saddest things I've seen in some time. But for us Kane fans, it was Saturday.
It was just a normal day, just like another race.
Anyways, this caution was perfectly timed for pretty much everyone because fuel was going to be close for a lot of these cars because they pitted a good chunk of the field pitted right at the halfway point, and that was with some caution, mind you. So a couple cars may have had to been on the fuel save for just a couple laps, but now we might be all good to go to the end of the race, which means going to be full send here in the second half of this race.
Hate to bring this up, but I think they are good unless we have a what do they say in real life? Unless we have a green-white checker. Or they just call it overtime now, don't they?
Yeah.
Whatever. It's not green-white checker anymore.
Yeah.
NASCAR has fallen. That's why nobody watches anymore, because they don't call it green-white checker. I'm just... All right, let's reset the field here real quick. Kynan Jones, Noah Brown, Dallas Myhan, Ray Bracey, and David Westergreen is your top 5. Gooden, Staff, Millette, Tufts, and Evans, top 10. Pace truck is off. We're going to be going green here with 22 laps to go at Talladega. And that can be 22 minutes, or that can be about 45 minutes, depending on how we want to make this. So green
Or 2
flag
hours.
it could be 2 hours. Yes, sir. Green flag is out.
Oh man, what a terrible jump from Noah Brown. Good
Yeah, he was-
gracious.
He was about a county behind Kynan Jones at the green, so he was just sleeping on that restart there, but not going to be too bad. I don't think he's got a pretty good push from behind from that number 7 of Bojo, Ray Bracey, and that green machine has been very fast all race. Has been back and forth. He's been to the back, to the front, and has shown he can be fast anywhere in the field. He's getting a good push, that number 65. Here they go down the backstretch. A great run into turn number 3, and Noah's going to be ahead by about a nose. Well, actually, a nose becomes a full car, and actually, Bojo has a nose too. So that outside line is looking very fast here with the Pushkin helmet.
Yeah, he's even got a kitty nose out in front.
But the helmet was a really cool little touch. I didn't actually notice that on the car. We got some 3 wide a little bit further on back around the 12th position. But it's pretty, I was going to say they're not really close to each other, but then they got close. But there's Dylan Thomas. We've seen him have some issues earlier on in the race. He's gotten himself back into the top 10 discussion.
Oh, no!
11th right now. Oh, there he goes. I just commentator cursed to somebody else. And there's
we got
Tufts
another
as well.
car round.
And I do not understand why every car I am looking at talking about has been in a crash today. Caden Tufts, his left front is up in the engine bay. All right. That's not
You
good.
don't need the left front touching.
This is like one of them dirt setups.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, it's interesting. It definitely started with the 03. Something happened to him. He either got hit or somebody hit him. And there he goes from behind, I would have to think. And he was, I thought he had
Oh
all
my
that forward, but
God.
he was just kind of.
Carpenter, did you see that?
Yeah, that was a massive hit.
See, we're on board with him.
Got hit.
And oh no! Oh, poor
Who
Dave.
hit him, though?
Absolute innocent bystander.
Back up and then.
Looking at the wreck here again, I think the 03 of Thomas just tried to move into a spot where he couldn't have fit. And that was Tepe there that was there, and he just, I think Dylan Thomas just tried to move into, there just wasn't space in the line he wanted to enter there. Tepe was there and there was contact, so that's what it looks like to me. We'll have to see what race control calls it as, but I definitely think that, I don't think Tepe did anything wrong there. And the 00 just a innocent bystander himself as well, and I think he's got the most damage out of anyone.
I think Miller also got
Besides-
pretty messed up in that one.
Yeah, besides the drivers that actually hit the wall really hard, I think the 00 was worst. But let me see what happened to Miller. So we're on board with him, and he's going to have some damage on the right front there. Pretty big little hit.
Thomas, you well? Everyone on pit road. Except for
Yeah,
Ryan
I think-
Blanchard and Thomas Campion. Oh my
We
goodness!
got a huge crash on pit road.
What?
The 39 of Tarble, something happened to him, but I think there was contact from the 7 of Bracy, but he got pitched into the inside wall and he hit it hard. Tarble, yeah, he's going to have a lot of damage from that.
Boy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We
that's one
got
way
stuff
to put it.
happening everywhere.
Amazing.
Yeah, Ray apologized, so. Take another look at it, 'cause just a wild. Yeah, he just barely clipped Tarble as he was turning in.
Well, once again, we got some teammates out front. The 38 and the 21. That's Blanchard and Capuano. Those are both team mixture rich cars. So haven't seen a lot of them all race. We've seen a little bit of the 38. He's been he's been kind of all over the place in the field. He's been up at the front, he's been up at the back, and now he's up at the front again. And Capuano has kind of been more towards the back. So maybe playing some strategy here to, well, as I say that, I'm not sure what Thomas is doing. And he just pitted. So whatever strategy they were playing, that sure wasn't going to be a strategy call, because Capuano just pitted, and now it's just Blanchard, and then, well, we'll reset the field here. I think we're going to double up right as we cross the line. There we go. All right, top 10 here is Blanchard, Jones, Bracy, Byhan, Gooden, Millette, Westergreen, Noah Brown, Ty McTosh, and Dustin Dewar. So Dustin Dewar, he started 10th. He's running 10th. And he's your half one winner. So we're doubled up here again. We got about 17 to go once we get the green flag. And well, James, it's not been short for action. This is
No.
action racetrack. We've got action on pit road. We've got
Yeah,
action probably outside the racetrack.
Oh, and definitely a lot of action inside the racetrack and the infield, because it's Dega. That's what always happens in the infield.
I kind of want to experience it once in my life. Just once.
I don't know if I can handle all that.
Before I get too old, because I'm in my 30s now, and at a certain point, I don't think I can do that anymore, but...
Yeah,
All right.
I'm right, just about there with you. But yeah, it's been pretty chaotic. A lot more calamity than we saw in half one, and that's we're still gonna have about a quarter of this race left to go. So there is a big opportunity for even more shenanigans to unfold tonight.
Well, if we go caution-free from here, it'll be about 14 minutes. That's if we go caution-free, which I don't think the odds are great of that, but we have seen crazier things, and we did get a couple of caution-free races. I think we got one of them at a plate track last season, at a caution-free race. But either way, Ryan Blanchard is your leader. The green flag is out once again. Good restart for him. Here comes the 85 of Tynan Jones. Also a good restart on that outside line. Tynan Jones has two teammates behind him. That's the 78 and the 29. Myhand and Millette, they've been with him all race long. RKM Motorsports drivers, or RK Motorsports, drivers, working very well together this race. And, well, they are at the front of the field right now on the outside line doing what they can do. So, good showing. But they are going to have a lot of competition from that inside line. They've been a little bit stronger all night long in the race. Half number 1 and 2, that inside line has just been a little bit better if it can get lined up. Right now, it is not lined up that well. It's Blanchard, Bracy, and the 75 of Gooden, but they are not lined up as well as the cars on the outside, those RK Motorsports cars.
You can see
Yeah, they're
Darren
just
wanting
lacking
to join
a-
his teammates.
Yeah, he's trying, but he's just all by himself right now.
We got had some 3 wide a little bit further on back. Ryan Blanchard is trying to get Bojo to push him a little bit. Bojo has said he is good he's good with what he's doing now. So either Bojo not wanting to push or not wanting to push Ryan, one of those two. So not sure what's going on there, but either way, Noah Brown joins the fun on that inside line.
We're still 3 wide there, back 1 row.
Yeah, we have actually about 3 rows, 3 wide there. Trying to look for 4 wide a little bit further on the back, but they're kind of trying to figure that one out. We're on board with Dustin Dewar here. He is currently in the 5th spot, running behind that 29 of Tristan Millette. Once again, your half one winner. You can see him denoted there on the scoreboard. He is highlighted in gold. So just look for that. I guess that will be a thing all season. And that'll tell you your half one winner. If our producer remembers, it'll be there.
Oh,
Ooh,
we got a car going around! Thomas again!
Yep, that's a big one.
In the single.
No
Yeah,
caution so
We're
far.
still green for
Caution.
now. There it is. Yeah, rough night for Dylan Thomas gets even worse. I think that 03 car is officially done here.
Yeah, something caused that car to start fishtailing, and then it was head-on into the wall. And unfortunately, number 5 of Eric Ziegel, one of our rookies this season, nowhere to go for him, and he just was caught up in it. I think a lot of damage to both of those cars. I think he tried to make a move there on. On Ziegel.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that second contact from the 5 may look a little fishy, but I don't really think it's going to affect anything at the end.
I was thinking myself, like Ziegel might have just pointed the car in a direction and not really cared about where it was going after that. And that direction might have been the quarter panel of the 03, but I mean, he was still wrecking, so I'd say it wasn't too bad. But
I think both cars were done anyway.
Definitely that 03. He's missing a lot of pieces on the front end and not been the best of nights for Dylan Thomas. So I think he's going to be excited to get on the plane out of here and over to Road America for next week.
Yeah, the first of many road courses we have on the schedule, much to the chagrin of noted road course hater David Westergreen.
Yeah, I guess it's a good.
Now go on.
Good time to kind of bring that up a little bit. So, season 11, the 2025B OSCA season is going to be called the World Cup. So we no longer have a title sponsor. Weekend Woodsman ended that last season, and now the season is called the World Cup, and we have a lot of races across the world. And as far as that is iRacing is concerned, that means we have races in Monza, Italy, and Suzuka, Japan, Motegi, Japan, and I believe the other is Red Bull Ring in Austria. So lots of international races here. We got a lot of road course and oval mixing. I mean, Motegi and Monza, both oval races that will be on the other side of the pond. So a cool little concept for this season of OSCA. We're going to see a lot of new tracks. Myrtle Beach is on the schedule. That's a nice little track that no longer exists, unfortunately. Red Bull Ring, I think that's the first time OSCA has gone there. And then we have a couple of road, or not road courses, but dirt tracks. We have Eldora and Charlotte dirt track at some points on the season. So it's a nice little mix of road courses, ovals, dirt, things like that, just to make it a little diverse schedule. And especially with these 2021 Spec Cup cars, if you remember, it seems like so long ago, but we did used to have a dirt race at Bristol, and we ran it with these cars. So they are quite dirt capable, and we should see some good little action when we go to those types of tracks. The dirt races in OSCA always seem to be some of the more chaotic ones, but I think it's going to be good. We are one to go already, so my little rant about, or not rant, but thing.
Race Control did officially mark that on the 03, and this is his second incident of the night, so he has been parked.
Yep. So that is the same rule as last season. It is still the 1 in EOL and the 2 and done rule. But his car is off once again. Field's in the hands of Kynan Jones. He's got a couple teammates around him flanking his inside right now, the 78 and the 29. And there they go. Green flag out once again. We have 11 laps to go once we cross that line, and there we did. And looks like the RK Motorsports cars are going to go ahead and line up. That looks like it was a pretty good exchange right there. And it's going to be Dustin Dewar and a couple South Shore, or excuse me, I already forgot the name, Southern Speed Co.
There's contact in the back.
That's a big wreck.
Back and the Carpenter up into the wall.
That's a big one. Yep. Further on back, there's the caution. 8 of McIntosh, I think, was in that. Yep, he is. Let's see what happened here. The 71 of Carpenter got turned by, I couldn't see who that was, but I want to say the 8 of McIntosh. That's who it was. Yeah. There's Tarble. Tarble's had a rough night. From that angle, I can't see exactly what happened, but the 71 and the 8 definitely made some contact.
Yeah, I can't quite tell who initiates it.
Ty's
From
definitely
the
coming.
chase.
I mean, they're both kind of meeting in the middle.
Both.
I think.
Yeah.
I think Ty was definitely moving down more than the 71 was moving up.
I don't know. That looks like they both moved, and in that instance, I would, if I were race control, I'd probably have to call it a racing deal. I'm sure somebody moved more, but it's just Talladega. That's just a Talladega wreck.
Yeah, it's negligible.
So either way, we'll see what race control calls. They might call it on someone. They can call it. That's the thing. Feasibly, I think you could call it on either one, but in my opinion, if it can be called on 2, it would have to be called on neither. But
Wonder if the guys are low on fuel.
That they are. Oh,
EOL number 8
for Ty. Yeah. So either way, yeah, it could have gone either way, and it did go a way, and that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
I know one thing. Kynan Jones probably loving all these restarts up here. Basically, I guess in football terms, you're just running down the clock at this point a little bit. So, gonna have probably seven or 6 laps to go once we get the green again, which is a lot. I mean, at a plate track is a lot different than 11 laps to go, really.
yeah.
Happy trade deadline day.
Not happy trade deadline day.
I got to keep Sandy, so I'm happy.
I'm just waiting for
James,
the season to end.
But we lost Sanchez.
You're a Giants fan, didn't y'all give away a couple?
Well, I think we got rid of our closer to the Yankees, which they can have him. Because he's cost himself, oh my god, we traded Mike Yastrzemski to the Royals. Oh, I just saw that. Oh, I'm sad.
Yeah, we gave away Cardinals fan here. We gave away about half of our bullpen, and that was the only thing worth anything on this team. So that's okay. They are 500 now, like exactly. So it can only feasibly get worse from here, which is okay.
Yeah, this is my favorite player right now.
Hey, you remember about 10 years ago when the Giants and the Cardinals were always like playing each other in the postseason? Well, that feels so long ago at this point now.
What happened to us, man? It used to be us running the National League. Stupid Dodgers.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? There we go. A Giants fan and a Cardinals fan can agree that the Dodgers are poo-poo.
Absolutely. Baseball would be better without the Dodgers. Changed my mind.
I'm not gonna hear an argument from me about that, especially since I enjoyed being a Cardinals fan and beating around on the Dodgers with like half their payroll every year. So it's okay.
Yeah, I also enjoyed you doing that, much to the chagrin of one-time McIntosh. He's a Giants fan, or he's a Dodgers fan. Who cares? Anyways, I'm sorry, Ty. He's gonna get so mad at me. Anyways, we're 1 to green finally.
That we are. Let's see if we can get some laps in. We're gonna have 7 of them left once we get going, and if we can stay away from the cautions, those will go pretty quickly. So, Kynan Jones currently your leader. Dustin Dewar, he is second. He's kind of been, I want to say, he's been scarily around the top 10 all race, just kind of like chilling. I think a little bit. He's been up there on the outside line, just trying to, doing what he did all race, half number 1, and he's up there again. Dallas Myhand is P3, Ray Bracy P4, Tristan Millette P5, Darren Staff P6. So a lot of those RK Motorsports cars are in the top 10 now. We'll have to see how that one plays out, but looking pretty good on paper. Aaron Evans P7, Dylan Gooden P8, David Westergren P9, and Dakota Pignatera P10. Real quick, the top 20: Barbieri, Aguirre, Peeler, Tepe, Brown, Evans, Rutt, Capuano, Miller, and DJ Weeks rounds out your top 20. Race control. Aaron Evans has to pee. Big news here. Green flag is out. Good start for the 85 of Kynan Jones. He's going to get the jump on that inside line with some help from a couple teammates, Myhand and Millette currently. And we'll see if Darren Staff in the other RKM car can get to the inside line. He is currently 3rd in line on the outside, so just really needs to kind of slot down one row over, and he'll be helping his teammates there. But doing what he can do up in the outside there. Good run on the outside from the 32 of Dewar. He's got a good push from behind Ray Bracy and Darren Staff up there. Like the outside line is actually getting pretty well put together, so they might be able to do something out of turn number 4 here. I think Dustin is going to have a pretty good run on the 85 of Kynan Jones. I think the lead is under fire here through the tri-oval. Maybe not quite. I think it's going to be very close, but Kynan Jones at the line by about a nose.
Here we go. Here comes that 3rd line.
Yep, there. No Brown.
It's small right now, but we could see a couple jump up and make it. Oh, I don't know if Dusty's looking to do it or what, but it's getting super hairy between Dusty and Bracy.
And look at the power move from Noah. He goes from the outside to the middle and almost to the inside, but got blocked by Dallas. Myhand being there. Some contact for a couple cars made contact through that corner, and we have all sorts of argy-bargy here with 6 laps to go.
Yeah, Ray wasn't quite sure what move he wanted to make. Did he want to go up to the top, stay in the middle? A little bit of indecision that caused a pretty big stack up. Everyone did a great job to hold up and not cause a major calamity. As here comes Staff to the bottom. He's going to take the lead of that inside. And Thomas oh my goodness, it is Capuano leading. Where did he come from?
Yeah, Darren Staff with a power move. He actually was about a county ahead of the rest of the field when he took the field.
James Miller had a meatball, and now he's pushing his teammate to the lead of this race.
That is pretty quintessentially TMR right there. That's about how it would go. Here comes Miller on the inside line. He's going to make the move on his teammate down to the bottom in front of Staff. Here comes through the middle Danny G looking to make a move.
Capuano getting hung out to dry. That's going to check up the outside line. His teammate did him dirty on that one.
Danny G out of nowhere had a pretty putrid race for his standards, half number 1, and looking like it was going to be about the same half number 2.
Look at all the jostling on the inside.
Big push.
We got a
big trouble.
Around. Westergreen, Evans.
Caution's out.
Well, I think Aaron can finally go pee now.
Yeah, that was getting intense.
You got a meatball flag.
It was kind of a.
If I had a nickel for every time someone's bathroom trips was being mentioned on air tonight, I have 2 nickels, but it is a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice. Yeah.
We'll see what... Ooh, did he get punted from behind?
There was a huge checkup on the inside. Half of the RKM guys clipped the apron that time, and it caused a big checkup on the inside, and I think the 48 kind of got the worst end of that.
Oh, oh no!
Yeah.
Zach Evans just dropped connection. He dropped his packets.
Hopefully he can pick them up before too long.
I'll give you that one. That one was okay.
I'll take it.
Okay, cause of caution. Aaron Evans has to pee. Okay, so I don't know why it didn't show, but it is supposed to say racing deal. So let me send that one again. Racing
No,
deal. That is what was supposed to
no,
be said.
no. I think it still is the cause of the caution. I think that's still. I think that still fits.
Can we get an Aaron Evans bladder update?
He's still on
Well,
track. So as far as I know, his bladder is full. As that left front tire is not turning on the car in front of him.
Yeah, I
that it
can't quite.
is not.
Got the cam on.
Yeah, I can't.
He's gonna go down pit road, and we'll see if he makes a quick dash.
Regardless, that is going to put us into overtime. I do believe so. Yep.
He's not peeing.
Just reset to 3.
He's not peeing, or maybe he is. He could just be peeing right now. For all we know.
We'll have to ask him at some point.
Oh man.
Let me double check the rules. As far as I'm aware, it hasn't changed, so it should be one attempt at a green white checker.
Yep, that's what it's saying in session. So we're gonna have just 2 more laps to decide this second half of tonight's race.
Oh boy, a long night of racing is coming to an end. So let's reset the field. Once again, we've had quite a few cautions here. We're at number 6 and half, number 2. Daniel Gore, he has come out of nowhere, and he is currently your leader. Ty McIntosh is second, James Miller third, Dustin Dewar fourth, Darren Staff is fifth, Noah Brown is sixth, Conan Jones is seventh, Ray Bracey eighth, Dylan Good in ninth, and then Dallas Myhand is 10th. Millet, Pilar, Capuano, Aguirre, Carpenter, Tarble, Tepe, Weeks, Blanchard, and Westergreen round out your top 20.
Didn't we see Danny G
So we
spinning
should
out
be-
on the backstretch?
We did.
Yeah, we did. It's been a uncharacteristically bad night for that 69, but he is in the lead. I think this is the first laps he has led all night, so probably, at this point, it doesn't matter too much. Got a job to do. You're in the lead. How badly your night has gone up to this point doesn't matter because you can go fix it with a win. So, gonna get one to go here. We're gonna re-rack them and stack them and have one attempt at the green white checker. There we go.
And the riveting discussion about race length over race chat right now.
Are they saying it's too long? Because I feel like a lot of the drivers were asking for this.
Well,
And
I heard a comment.
Yeah, that's exactly what Vic is saying.
I think this is like a pretty perfect race length myself. I don't mind it.
And they are still going about this.
Yeah, they are. All right, well, we are coming through turn 4 right now. These drivers are yapping, but we are about to get going green here and do some racing, some laps at a racetrack. Pace truck is off. We have a couple more moments before we get going green here, but it's going to be Danny G who is pacing the field in that number 69 Danny G sponsored machine, which was painted by Bojo. Bonus time.
Like almost every other paint on this track right now.
Yeah, about half the field probably. Green flag is out. Great restart for that 69 of Danny G. He's got both lines covered so far, the inside with James Miller and the outside with Ty McIntosh, but we'll have to see if that becomes a detriment down the backstretch because he has he has
no!
3 lines to block and they're not going to hold up for him whatsoever.
Oh,
That was
I thought for sure that was gonna end in the wall.
Yeah, that was
wow.
That was an aggressive one, and somehow, some way, it worked out for everyone in the factory.
Oh,
here we go, Santiago.
And there it is. The race is over.
Yep, that's going to be a Danny G win right there, and I think Ty, James, and Darren. Yep, that's going to be your top 4 with Dustin Dewar P5. Oh, that's kind of a bummer way to end it. You hate seeing a race end under caution, still on a green-white checker with a wreck like that. But it is a part of racing, and we accept it for what it is. Congratulations to Danny G for yet another win in OSCA, and has already he's turned around his. He's got to make it around one more time, but if he can make it around, he has turned around after number 1's poor performance and gotten a win out of that. So let's see if he can make it around through 3 and 4 at pace speeds that Redux Racing motor can make it.
Yeah, you're only good as your last race. So last race, Danny was terrible, but now he's back to being the best.
I'd like to know what Ty thought about that block, because Danny G just parked that car in the corner and stonewalled it. And yeah, that was one of the more aggressive blocks I've seen all night, and somehow it worked perfectly. It was executed it was kind of beautiful to watch. So great job for Danny G. Picking up where he left off. That's your 2025 H champion. And it looks like that car is going to make it across the line. And he's getting his first win out of the way early on. Danny G with the first, with the win in half number 2 at Talladega, 58 laps is complete. Well, actually, that was 60, but we are done and over with. So we'll let the drivers get around the track, get themselves back to the pit stalls, and then we can get some interviews here.
Yeah, that block was incredible. You got to risk it for the biscuit. He risked it, and it paid off, because if he doesn't make that move, Ty's going to have a massive run, and he's going to be all alone in that lead. So that block, is borderline as it was, it worked out. It was super close to not, but that move won Daniel Gar this race.
Absolutely. Yep. Definitely the race winning move right there. And I got to say, I don't know if I'd have the balls to make a block like that, but that's why he's racing and I'm not. So,
and that's why he's the 2-time defending champ, and we're not.
Yep. So we'll get a nice little burnout here. He's gonna try to burn it out. There he goes. He got it spinning around. Okay.
I have to turn off the trash control.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeff Gordon, 2003, knows about that.
Apparently, Cameron Rich.
This is true. I do use traction control. It's called my right foot.
is a very
I
familiar
actually
shot.
forgot about that. Yeah, we've been seeing this shot how many times over the course of the last few seasons?
A lot.
Yeah.
Would say a
When you're
lot.
when you're
It
good, you're
was,
good.
and I mean, we're talking about a driver that had a self-proclaimed down year last season. I believe that had 6 wins, I think, or 5 wins, I think it was. Uh, actually, well, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 3 wins on the season. So, I mean, still,
But
a lot of drivers would kill for 1.
yeah, well, la-di-da. Oh, that's the slow season for me. That's twice in my OSCA career. That
So,
the salt is real.
definitely. Well, that was
Well, we got some
I'd say
interviews.
that was
Oh, actually, no.
yeah.
Before
Let's get
that,
some interviews
let's go over the
and
race
results.
results.
Yeah, let's get some results out here. We'll let you guys know where these drivers finished. Half number 2, Daniel Gore comes out with the win. A huge block over Ty McIntosh. Just stopped that run right in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Dead. James Miller in P3. Darren Staff comes home in P4. Dustin Dewar, P5. Noah Brown, P6. Ray Bracey, P7. Kynan Jones, P8. Dallas Myhand, P9. Tristan Millette, P10. Dylan Gooden, 11th. Thomas Capuano, 12th. Adam Peeler, 13th. Dave Carpenter, 14th. DJ Weeks, 15th. Adam Tepe, 16th. David Westergreen, 17th. Ryan Blanchard, 18th. 19th is Jordan Tarble. Eric Ziegel, 20th. 21st, Aaron Evans. 22nd is Neil Rutt. 23rd, Santiago Aguirre. Zach Evans is 24th. 25th is Ryan Barbieri. Dakota Pignataro, P26. David Huckleberry, P27. Dylan Thomas, P28. Caden Tufts, P29. Gilberto Javier Gomera, P30. Brian Narducci, P31. Tim Conrad, Nate Hall, Patrick Ahey is going to be your last 3 finishers, who actually did not start half number 2. So 32nd, 33rd, and 34th did not take the green.
No,
yeah.
the last 2 drivers did not take the green.
Nate Hall and Patrick Ahey. Tim Conrad had a issue at the beginning or something like that, but very like lap 2-ish, so very early on. But yeah, I mean, James, that was one hell of a night of racing. Talladega sure came out to play, and we saw a lot of great stuff here tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see if we can grab. Well, I don't see James in here, so let's get Mr. Ty. Ty McIntosh, this is Cameron Rich in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Why did you say it
Well,
so sexily?
I know, because I was thinking like last time I was talking to this guy, he was my commentary partner, and now finishing second at Talladega. Ty, tell us about your race. First race is back in OSCA in a season. How'd it go for you?
Well, first off, I want to apologize to Dave Carpenter. I kind of killed him. I was schizophrenic. I don't even know. I can't say anything else about it. I was just being dumb. But man, I mean, first race as a team owner too. I was really nervous coming into tonight, and I mean, having David, Bojo, and Gilly, it felt like it's been something that we've been doing for forever. So, I mean, it was chaos qualifying up front and then maintaining the lead. I think David and I swapped the lead a lot. We worked with the Binks guys really well. It was fantastic. It was like just a well-oiled machine. I think we had Dakota, and Tim was working with us too. Dylan Gooden was also working with us somewhat because he's a friend of David. So anywhere that we could fit in people that we know, we were trying. And then, I mean, I don't even know what happened the second half. I was in the back, and then I avoided some wrecks, and I think I went from like 20 something to like second there on the restart, and I decided I was going to sit behind Danny because why would I do anything else? But I'm ecstatic, man. That was a fever dream.
Yeah, we saw the team just, I mean, all night long. You know, the Southern Speedco guys were just on it. You know, y'all were controlling the race at so many points during the night. And was that planned, or did it kind of just work that way, and it worked, you know, almost flawlessly for I mean, like 80% of the race, y'all were just, you know, controlling the lines, and there was that point in the time where the Binks car, two of your guys had two Binks cars, and it was kind of like a little tandem thing. It was pretty cool to watch. But did it just work out like that, or did y'all have it planned from the start?
Oh, I mean, David and I were communicating the whole time about where the runs were coming from, and if I needed to cut it off at that point in time.
Alexa, stop.
There was like 4 or 5 times where I decided that I probably needed to. I think I was Adam was behind me,
Alexa, 10
and
minutes.
Noah was coming with a run, so I moved up and got him. And yeah, I think we were working as a unit for sure. David and I were communicating, and Bojo, Gilly got up there. Gilly had bad luck all night, and he at least got 11th in the first half. But yeah, the communication, the teamwork was flawless. It was insane.
It was really insane to watch. I mean, it was just it's almost like the real life guys back when they had radios in the cars and they could talk to whoever they wanted, and they just you see like 4 cars just move up in unison. It was good stuff. So I mean, really no surprise though. We know that you and David and everybody on that team is just really good at these types of tracks. How are you feeling about next week? It's Road America, totally different vibe, totally different. You got right turns, you got cheese heads and all that. How you feeling about that?
I'm glad I got second and third tonight. I Road America is going to be tough. There's a lot of guys that are good on road courses. Danny's going to be good. I expect James to be good. There's going to be a lot of different people. Bojo's going to be good. So I'm going to learn a lot from Bojo, that's for sure. And try to get better. I feel okay though. I mean, when you have a first week like this, especially first week as a team, I'm ecstatic. So I'm on top of the world right now.
Well, I'm glad to have you back in the booth, talking to you as a second place finisher. That's pretty cool. So yeah, we knew you were going to do well tonight, but yeah, before we let you go, any shout outs, anything like that for us?
I mean, everybody that's kind of jumped on this from South Shore. I mean, Traders Brewing for sponsoring me. I haven't got to try their beer yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Bojo for painting all of our cars. He did a fantastic job. Binks, Weekend Woodsman, through ITV, obviously. Love you, Carlos. Batflip Entertainment. They had a huge trade deadline show today, so if you didn't watch any of that and you're a big baseball fan, go check that out. Everybody at Batflip Entertainment, and you guys for on the show.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you, Ty, for talking to us. I know we will talk to you again at some point. Maybe not next week, but hey.
Probably not next week, but we'll look for something else, that's for sure.
You never know, though. So weird things happen.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that was Ty. And I still don't see James in here, so
I'm bringing
do you
someone
want
else
to
if
get
you
it
want.
in? Do you want to take Danny, James, or
I
whenever
can,
you-
yeah.
All right,
Works
let's
for
get it
me.
up here. And then I guess in lieu of James, we can get Darren if he's here. I don't even see him here though, so that's okay. We'll bring Danny up.
Danny G, James in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Well, this was the epitome of a up and down night for you. First of all, I hate to ask you, but man, that first race was a bit rough.
Just a little. Yeah, that's kind of an understatement, really.
Yeah, as I get a whole mess of bad luck there, getting involved in some incidents that weren't really your doing, but that really didn't affect you because you still found yourself up there in the lead in the closing moments of half two. First of all, take us through how you even ended up at the front to begin with after starting so far down the field.
I mean, I guess being at the back a lot, I had a lot of time to experiment with the runs and the lines. I mean, for a majority of both races, I had like 2+ minutes of damage still, yet the car was somehow keeping up with the traffic. So I'll take that. But it seems if you could get a good enough like run off the start of a run and then you jump up to that third lane, it's like, I don't know, the side draft is so strong in these things, and I kind of just went with James because James went, and I went with him, and all of a sudden we were clear at the front, and I can't remember where Ty came into it exactly, but he started pushing me at one point, and that last caution came out, and the rest is pretty much there. But I'm just surprised with this car. This is like the first time I've ever raced this thing, so it's good to know you can kind of make these moves. Unlike the others, they kind of just stall out. The trucks, the Xfinity cars, even next gens, they just stall out if you go to the third lane. But these things, they they rip pretty good on the outside.
Yeah, and speaking of Ty, that last green white checkered, you threw a heck of a block on him. What was going through your mind when you were making that move? Did you think you were gonna pull it off?
No, not really. I hate throwing blocks. Like that's my biggest weakness, I guess. I think you saw it last season at the opener. I threw a block for the lead and I got killed. But we practiced in the session earlier, and Noah hit me really hard in practice, and it kept it straight. So I had faith. I know Ty. He's a amazing pusher. I'd honestly say probably one of the best in the league at pushing. So if I wanted anyone to push me at the end, it was going to be him. So I had faith in him.
Yeah, and well, your title defense, your back-to-back title defense, gets a pretty good jump here with this win. Take us through what it's going to take to three-peat.
This is more of an American sports thing, but I know there's the thing called the three-peat curse. I don't know much about it, but I know it exists. Hopefully, try and break it. I know it's been broken before at OSCA. I'd like to do it. Be another one on that list to do it. There's a lot of road courses this season in comparison to the last, so that's definitely going to be in my favor. It's just going to, I guess, be there for the final race. I don't exactly know what the format is for it, but if I'm not sure if it's a points thing or if it's a, highest finisher thing. Just have to do our best to be there at the end, I guess. I think we'll get to, well, we already are technically in it, but I just have to do my best to stay consistent throughout the season and show up at the end.
Yes, sir. Well, we know you're very good at doing that. Fantastic job tonight. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout-outs you like to give?
Oh, I want to thank Jordan. He's my buddy. He always watches. Jake, I wish he was here with us. It probably would have gone a little bit smoother, as he's kind of our plate track guy. Let's see. The rest of the team. And Bojo. He made 2 of the 3 schemes we ran tonight, and they are both fantastic. So I want to thank him.
Alrighty, well, we appreciate you, Danny, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, there's our race winner.
And I still don't see James, so why don't we just pull Darren up for the P4? He had a pretty putrid half number 1, came back for a pretty good finish in half number 2. I'm sure that could be a pretty good story.
He's like, oh, hello.
Hi, you're in a different channel, Darren.
I was about to say, sorry, me and Cap were just going over the finish there.
Darren, reestablish your webcam connection.
And
is it?
You don't gotta talk to that guy anyway. He's kind of a loser. Don't worry about it.
Ouch.
I love Tom.
Tom catching strays.
Does that work?
Yeah,
I love Tom. But yeah, so we couldn't get our third place, so we went to the next best. That's you, Darren, and
my brother talking to the mic.
I was about to say, you sound like you're in an alleyway.
Oh, I forgot about that. My bad. Okay, I'm back here. Pretty not so great half number 1. You had some kind of issue. It looked like with your either connection or hardware or game or something, and then half number 2 was a lot better. What happened in half number 1 there?
Well, thanks to our car in half 1 was as fast as Xfinity internet apparently. I don't know what happened. I went through issues over and over again. Eventually, with near the end, I knew I wasn't, after like the third time I disconnected, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to reset the router and we're just going to try this and we're just going to try again in half two. I was ready for my internet to cut out in half two, but I never got it. So, oh, voice crack, jeez. But no, our half two was great. I decided to jump up to the top early on, and found out that the inside and the middle lane checked up a lot, because I managed to jump 4 or 5 rows just by myself on the top lane, and then my newest teammate Kynan came up and helped me, and from then on, just kind of riding around doing strategy, and then near the end we had enough fuel to make it, and we got a bunch of cautions, hoping to try to go there at the end, because we got a really good run on the white coming to the white, but
Alexa,
never
it is 11:50.
got the caution flag, and we didn't end up getting a race back.
How much?
Yeah, and one of the things I wanted to
Alexa, 5 minutes.
With Carlos's Alexa taking 5 minutes. One of the things I want to bring up, Darren, was we noticed the RKM cars all night. Y'all seem to be, other than at various points where the Southern Speedco cars had kind of taken control of the race, it looked like RKM was that you guys worked really, really well together. So just take us through that. How you have a new teammate. You were talking about Kynan Jones coming over from Nurse Aviator Racing. How is that kind of like, get a new teammate? How does that kind of like change how you race?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's brand new, and so we accepted him. We knew that he was a guy that can go out here and win. And yeah, what you said though, pretty much all night we had some kind of RK cars up there, and then I got that run with Capuano off the top lane. I went to the inside trying to help and get us all 4 in a line, and in hindsight, I kind of regret doing it, because all I did was, I think, slow up our line. Ended up just losing us a bunch of spots. So, other than that point, yeah, no, I mean, we all said it in chat. Carlos can confirm in the text chat too. We all were really, really happy with how we worked tonight. We all, I think, worked really well as a new group, and definitely ready for the plate tracks. Because I think all of us figured stuff out and worked together really well.
Absolutely, and I think one of the things we brought up last season was just your first win. Just a really good season last season. Unfortunately, not enough to propel you further in the playoffs than I think maybe should have. But just a lot of momentum at the end of last season with all those good things happening for you. So it's good to it's good to see you get a finish that you deserve in half number 2 here. And if your internet can, hold itself together, I think we're going to see a lot of top 5s for the 45, and even RKM as a whole seems like they're doing pretty well. So that's good to see. I'm a little partial to that just because I did drive for RKM at one point. So it is good to see that. But before we let you go, any shout outs, anything you want to do for us?
Again, just RKM for giving me the ride, and just the teamwork tonight. I think we went really, really well. And then the 4 sponsors I'm going to try to have all year. The accelerated cloud solution car that I had tonight, Mountain Dew, please sponsor me. Muradness, which is the kind of the gloves I wear. I didn't wear them in half 2 because I was frustrated and I threw them somewhere after half 1. And then 3Y TV as well for you guys, broadcasting all year long. Really, really great to see a worthwhile sponsor and worthwhile broadcast to watch each week.
Well, thank you for giving us worthwhile driving to watch each week. We would not be here without some drivers doing things on racetracks. It's always good.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys for broadcasting. Thanks for having me up.
Yep. We'll definitely be talking to you a lot more this season. Great run, half number 2, and good luck next week. Road America.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
All right. P4 finisher, half number 2, Darren Staff. Yeah, probably just one of the most improved drivers over the course of last season in OSCA. I think him and a couple other candidates definitely in the conversation there. Saw him get his first win. Definitely a driver on the up and up in OSCA competition. But James, one hell of a night. 116 laps, 118 laps actually, of Talladega. I sure as heck don't want to see another one of these tonight. I am Talladega'd out. But
Yes, sir.
final thoughts for you for tonight?
I mean, it was the quintessential night of Talladega racing here. I got to see a little bit of everything. Solo spins, big wrecks, pit strategy, green flag stop, some epic moves right there to win the race, and race ending under caution. So, yeah, all things considered, fantastic show that we were treated to tonight.
Absolutely. And if you enjoyed what you saw tonight, next week is going to be nothing like that. We're going to be at Road America. It's going to be some road course racing. One of the best road courses in the United States, I think, and a crying
Agreed.
shame that it was removed from the Cup schedule because they sold the place out, packed house, and then it was removed. So, little personal thing for me. Road America, I think, got done dirty, but great road course, great facility. It's going to put on a great show next week. We're going to be here for 2 halves, 8 and 17 laps, same time Thursday nights. OSCA World Cup. It's going to be great right here on 3 Wide TV. I'm Cameron Rich with James Watson and Carlos here. You guys have a great night. Take care.
All right.